What is up, everybody? Phonics here. It's been a while, but today we're gonna have the essentially it's kind of like a hybrid tournament. Like it's the Easter tournament. People are off, people are at home. Also, we are celebrating the launch of the iPad app for Yomi, so it's just good times all around. Ooh, ooh, ooh! Yes, yes, yes.
One,
Hello
two.
there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, I think you're probably going to be a little quiet, so I'm going to turn you up a little bit. So I am live right now, but we're on stream delay, so no one can see us yet.
All right. So, which match are you looking at?
Great question. I think we should just let's see what we got here. I don't really know. I mean, just looking at the bracket, we can go into like maybe a game between new players, or we can go for like Flak Maniac versus Mad King if we want to watch experienced players, or like Volcania versus Hooves. We have options if we want to check out the new talent or the old guard here.
I'm actually up for watching Volcania versus Who's because the winner of this plays me. So,
Oh, then we'll do that. That's scumbag and also genius. I like it. All right, so I gotta get the password on that one. So I'm gonna message Hooves. Uh, I'll message it to you after I get it. All right, that's an easy enough password to remember. Where are you? Well, TFC is on the server. What? That is the password. Is TFC on Skype? No, he's not. All right, so yeah, getting right into game one here. Gwen versus Rook. This is a match that we actually tested a fair bit um, in the earlier versions of the expansion, and we found that it was pretty even, slight edge to Gwen perhaps, but overall, pretty interesting match.
turn one opening with a single ace.
That's very interesting. Probably my guess is that a big part of Rook's range there, if he has it, is a king, and since that was probably Gwen's best answer to the king, just wanted to stay safe against it. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I suppose. Gwen's often wants to try to throw on turn one, so maybe he just next leveled this
Right,
throw attempt.
right. I'm gonna go ahead and check out Rook's hand here because
Oh, wow. Gwen trying to block on turn two. That's unorthodox. I guess she actually just wants to power up the sevens next.
ooh. Wow, I think that was actually really like a pretty tricky and kind of intelligent play by Hooves, but Volcania not caring, just mashing the throw button. I probably would have fell for that block right there.
Easter tournament, people are off, people are at home.
Oh,
Also,
I hear some echo. Do you have the stream open maybe?
iPad app for you.
Yeah, I've got a lot of echo right now.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, yes.
Oh god, oh god.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is your
Awesome.
stream page open? Because you should close that.
Right, so I'm going to turn you up a little bit. So I am live right now, but we're on stream delay, so no one can hear me.
Anyways, so looks like Hooves got thrown more, and now he's getting thrown more. Very expert strategy by Volcania. Play throw every single turn. So Volcania's hand, I have no idea what's going on with it because it's not sorted. It's sorted by suits for rock armor purposes, but I can't. I don't even know. But if we look at Gwen's nice and sorted hand, we can see high damage combos available because she has a king and a pair of aces. Um, yep. Gonna run into a block here. Has the option of using Relentless Frenzied Strikes. I thought it was called Relentless Strikes. Whatever. Has the option of doing that. Um, and will obviously take that opportunity just to take a block out of Rook's hand and deal a little extra damage. Is usually worth it when she has it available. Um, Now, though, she's in a pretty tough spot because 4 attack is not really something she wants to do, even though the payoff's nice for it. And other than that, she's gonna have to risk a throw. I mean, she could just play combat ace again, but which is what Hooves is gonna go for here. But it's never that exciting because it only can
Yeah,
escalate to
it's a low
16.
variance move. It's
Right.
okay.
Yeah. So just take the 16 damage, which is fine. However, there's no other potential aces right now for Hooves, so that's pretty awkward. Also, I guess Valkyria blocked once and then threw every other turn of this game. That's a interesting approach. Also, Gwen's Queen I think is one of her best tools in this match because it's not really that scary to run it into a special block, and is just really good against most other things. The only thing it's not great
Holy
against
hell, I
is
still
Rockers.
get like echo from a minute ago.
That's really odd. I don't hear anything anymore. Ooh, Volcania decided to go for a spot. I wonder
Yeah,
what he was trying to.
I'm just hearing a chorus of voices here.
Huh. I don't know why. I actually don't hear anything anymore, so I really have no idea.
Yeah, just match the goal bears here.
The worst outcome possible. Well, I guess I could have.
Yeah, okay, I did have the stream open in the background. Sorry about that.
Okay. So now, I think that. I mean, I never would claim to be good at Gwen. It's probably one of my least played and least enjoyed characters, but I rarely use Chains of Ice, especially against I mean, against grapplers maybe a little more, but against non-grapplers I very rarely used it.
You can dodge into it since
Right,
you have a pair. So
right, yeah,
you
dodging
get your
into with a
damage, you
pair,
get your slowdown.
right, yeah. When you have a pair of them, it seems pretty solid to dodge into. Um, but for the most part, I'm definitely more of a Links of Ice guy. But I think that against Rook, you probably have it as a pretty significant part of your range. I mean, it shuts down rock armor on top of all the other normal benefits it has.
Yeah, except right now, like if she rams Chains of Ice into a block, she didn't have anything to
Right,
Relentless Strikes with.
right.
So that's uncomfortable.
Yes, it is. Although 5 chip damage could be worse, even without the innate activation.
Yeah, wooch.
Okay, Joker is the follow-up combo. Okay, so now with triple jack, do you just power those up for aces? I
I
guess
don't
you're
know
gonna
if
power for
the
sixes.
double jack does hit, and then you hit into the aces. Is this? It's pretty close to lethal.
That actually would be lethal. Just going for it. Okay, I wonder if Valkyrie is gonna realize that the attack combo is lethal. I think a king or a jack as a starter here would be lethal, so I would not be surprised to see Valkyria play around those cards. Now we see he has a Joker, so he's probably not worried about a king, but would be worried about a jack. So I could really see him going for his thunderclap here, even though the payoff's pathetic.
They are pathetic, especially on
Oh, jeez.
four
Oh,
card
now he's dead.
hands. Yeah,
I think that was. I mean, yeah, that was lethal. So basically, it was both players going for the
yeah.
if lethal then lethal. But I think Valkanya's play might have been a little too risky. So I think one advantage that Gwen has, especially in a match like this, where you definitely don't mind gold bursting, is that since she finds her jokers quickly, she can really always have aces for pretty much every combo once you get into the mid game, and she doesn't even necessarily have to sacrifice her best cards to do it, like her best like pairs. She could just survive off of like throwing away weak pairs and gold bursting to supply nearly endless aces.
Turn one knockdown on an uncomfortable hand.
Yeah, there's no 4 here, so that 2 attack is just leads into a 3, and then I guess I mean you could do like 2-3 Jack 5, but that's just sad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's just going to queue out of this. Either
Right.
queue or block.
I think blocking would be a normally okay solution, but Volcania is thrown so much that
Yeah.
that
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good read.
right. I almost would have considered playing Chains of Ice there, maybe just because of how much he's throwing.
Yeah, but the payoff is pathetic, though.
Well, I mean, you could combo into a 5, and then that's 12 damage plus the slowdown, which I mean, granted, I mean Gwen didn't have anything in her hand to really use with the slowdown, but you're drawing 2 extra cards, and Rook doesn't necessarily know that. So I feel like, I mean, just based on, like, for example, if he played a throw face up, I think you'd probably jack there. I guess is what I'm saying. Like if he faced up, said, "Hey, look, I'm gonna throw you."
Yeah,
Right
I
now.
guess. But, like, who's going to try to throw? I guess Volcania did.
Yeah, he's obsessed with throwing for some reason, and it's not working. See, now
Look at
here is that
this.
play. He just does it
Yeah.
because Volcania just only wants to throw. So why
Yeah,
not?
okay.
I mean, now he's got an ace too, so Jack 5 ace is actually okay. It's not bad damage, really.
And you still get a slowdown.
Yeah, slowdown's relevant. 20 damage. I mean, fifth of his max life, and the slow.
So now you could just go for, like, jabbing.
Right. Which is a little worse against a defense mastery character than it would be normally, but also, one thing to note here is that throw speeds don't really matter for Gwen, so I think, uh, like, I guess just this is really just a note for new players who might think like, whoa, he like powered up with 7s and stuff, and he's just hanging on to like 10 throws against a character like Rook, who's gonna basically outspeed all of your throws no matter what, unless something really strange happens. Just keeping any throw rank around is all you need as Gwen. It doesn't really matter which throw rank it is because they're all functionally like infinity slow speed.
Ooh, triple tens. That's actually awkward because if you power up these triple tens, then you don't have any throws left,
Right.
which might be okay against Rook specifically.
I think it's okay to not have any throw against Rook for like 1 to 2 turns.
Ooh, triple
Oh yeah,
ace.
ripped an ace off the top, which wasn't actually that likely, so that was pretty nice.
Yeah, but then it makes the Joker kind of like you're not going to gold burst there.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's pretty interesting that we're seeing pretty much mono special block and throw out of Rook, and Gwen is pretty much playing. Gwen's almost playing like mono attack slash burst. Like there's so few throws. I mean, there's a couple blocks, but he's pretty much phased out blocking at this point because of how much Volcania is throwing. So it's kind of like mono throw versus mono attack with a couple blocks and burst thrown in.
What a strange matchup.
Yeah, this is very weird.
What did he play?
What's that?
What did he play? He played an ace,
Oh,
but which
he
side?
he. I want to say he played Dash Gorger, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
And of course, it beats a throw. Because what else is new? So I'm not sure if Volcania is trying to next level this matchup, or if he's just like screwing around. It's almost impossible to tell. Because I mean, it is working to some degree. I mean, he's certainly like doing a decent job of preventing Gwen from ever wanting to throw.
King here would actually be really strong. Because look at that damage in hand.
Yeah, he can go for king with a couple pumps into 5/6 ace ace. Ooh, that's not great.
Ooh.
I think that should slow Gwen down, personally.
King is still strong.
I think well, I mean, it is strong, but Valkyrie actually has silent aces, which I have to imagine you're just gonna slam. Wow, he did slam it. He got the one
Oh,
turn he
into
decides.
the dodge.
The one turn that Gwen dodges of the
Wow.
whole match. I don't think she dodged a single time last game. I think that was the first dodge.
Yeah, and like the first attack of the game from Rook, I
Right?
think.
Yeah. No. He has done a couple jacks. He has done a couple jacks, but other than jacks specifically, I guess he did an 8 at some point also. I think he's attacked 3
Oh
times
yeah.
in these 2 games. I think it was 3 attacks in 2 games, and the first dodge of the game happens to line up. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Slash, just a good read. Now I think Volcano is in a horrible position. Well,
Oh,
that helps. Who's
just don't
thought
die.
who's thought he smelled the fear? But no, there is no fear. Rook throw.
I would just mash attacks at this point because look at how much special blocks that Rook has already spent.
Oh yeah, he does not like on his hand size. Oh jeez,
Oh yeah. Is
that
that
is the
lethal?
game. Oh
No.
yeah, that's definitely lethal. Yeah, that deals 33, I think, or more. 35, 30. Yeah, 35. So he gets pieced out by Chains of Ice both games.
Which is a pretty okay strategy against a guy who throws like
Yeah,
half the time.
more than that in this set, like 65% of the time. Crazy amount of throws.
Alright, so I guess I'm facing hooves.
Yeah, you are. So yeah, counter pick one, I guess. Pick Arg. Yeah. Who else is good against Gwen? I don't even know because I never played Gwen.
BBB
So
is good against Gwen.
right, yeah. Counter pick with BBB.
Of course.
Or
Look for it.
no. Well, if you really want to counter pick, just be a scumbag and pick the gray.
I
And
can
just
play the gray.
queen and just queen. No, you just gotta hit queen or dodge into queen, and that's like a one-hit kill. So that's fine.
Alright, my turn.
All right, yeah. Have fun with that. Good luck. I'll see you back here after you win, of course.
Of course.
Of course. In the meantime, I guess I'll just go into this public one. I don't know. We got Midori versus Arg. Game 2. Game 1, who knows? Maybe Bob was playing Jaina or any other number of characters. But yeah, so right now, just to get into this one, sorry, I was just messaging my friend real quick. But all right, so we see Arg's actually at a life lead, but about to lose probably 22 life, which is never fun. So it's funny. I think that flipping your human queen into the dragon queen is a universally accepted strong play. Like pretty much every Midori does it, myself included. But it's kind of funny how you actually diminish the damage per card of the cards involved when you make that play. Because normally even the human side, not even the dragon side, just the human side, is normally 10 damage for one card. But when you flip it and then play a follow-up combo, you're getting 7 damage per card. So you're actually losing damage per card when you do that play. But the reason you do it, even though it's inefficient in that sense, is just because you know it's going to hit. So you're willing to sacrifice some of that efficiency just for the guaranteed damage. And also just because Midori isn't that great at like dealing large chunks of health at a time anyway. So any opportunity you get to do a significant portion, you're probably just going to take it. So he just got thrown when he's got 9 cards in hand. That's pretty bad. You don't really want that to happen very much as Midori. Arg generally has a hard time dealing with Midori's block throw mix up, but also, I mean, his attacks, at least when he has Dragon Form available or Glimpse of the Dragon available, I mean, his Queen is very threatening as well. And here we just see cross up into Queen. So Queen is a fine combat card against Midori, but ultimately it's actually fine to combo into because even though it's pretty safe, it still loses to Midori's Queen and his double ace, which are the main things that he attacks with, as we can see here. So it loses to his main attack threats, and if it hits a throw, it doesn't trigger normal draw, which is something that Argagarg actually needs a lot in this match because he's getting thrown a bit, or at least is under the pressure of getting thrown. So he usually doesn't always have as saturated of a hand as he'd like. So getting that normal draw helps a lot. So comboing into Queen, it might seem a little weird because in some matches you really wouldn't want to do that, but against Midori, it's actually fine. Okay, so I think Entellerman there just went for the normal mindset of, well, I got Bubble Shield up, so I'll just do the risky thing because whatever, immune to damage. So, took the gamble, tried to pretty much end the game right there. Didn't work, but I mean, he didn't take any damage for it. Okay, so this is probably going to get flipped. Yep. I think you counter this or burst. I mean, if you have a burst, you don't counter it. But yeah, okay. So there still could be a burst. It's not necessarily a tell that there is no burst, that he didn't counter it, but he almost certainly, if he didn't counter it, you'd probably put him on a burst. Yeah, okay, so there was no burst there. And yeah, 24 damage, solid. Midori's Jack. It's not the most impressive card, but in a pinch, it does deal a significant amount of damage. Okay, yeah, gets the 10 damage in there. So this is going right down to the wire. So as I was saying, Queen, it's a solid card and all, but does not actually beat. Its 2.2 speed is actually largely irrelevant. It's not entirely irrelevant because, as we just saw, sometimes Midori will attack with the Jack. It's pretty rare though. And right there, when he attacks with it, just got punished by the Queen. So, and okay, a block. All right. Bob did not have a dodge in his hand, most likely, because I doubt you would block if you had a dodge there. So there was no dodge. So takes his block. Now on 8 cards. Okay, gonna activate Dragon Form. I assume that doesn't get countered. Yeah, I don't really think there's a point to countering that because it's very unlikely he has a Queen, and even if he did, the speed differential actually doesn't matter between 1.2 and 0.6, so it wouldn't matter either way. And both of them are lethal. Bob looks like he took it. Wow. The faked them out. Activated Dragon Form just to obfuscate the situation a little bit, just make it a little more confusing, when really that had nothing to do with his play. I like it, sneaky. Maybe not that sneaky, because as we talked about, he didn't really have queens to play anyway, but nonetheless. And swapping over to Lum. So, this match is, Lum has an advantage here, but the thing is, unlike Rook, where Lum gets to just attack, especially with Jacks, and there's just very little that Rook can answer it with, or at least when he can answer it, it's never for a good payoff. Unlike that, Midori can dodge into 52 damage in the ideal situation. So there is a real threat when it comes to poking in the mid game or the later stage of the game. So at some point, Lum is not allowed to just keep throwing out fast attacks with impunity. He has to actually really consider, hey, what if this gets dodged? Do I have a Joker available? Am I going to try to throw his dodges and then expose myself to being thrown or, to getting attacked by maybe a queen? It's also worth noting that in the early game, part of Lum's strength normally is that his variation between attack and block is really hard to penetrate through, which lets him build up a hand. But when you're a grappler, the thing is that I shouldn't even say as a grappler because it's pretty different between like Rook and Midori. But when you're Midori, you don't actually mind just going blocks with him because once you get a critical mass of cards as Midori, then you can go into Dragon form and represent a ton of damage. So even though you might technically, like in some super theoretical sense, you might be losing a little bit of ground every time both of you, like both characters block. You still are, you're gaining enough to the point where you don't mind doing it, which makes Lum have an awkward time because now Midori can just block like almost for free, which forces Lum to either try to risk the throw or to just let Midori build up the hand, and in the meantime possibly waste some of his attacks doing it because he's worried about getting thrown. Because Midori can throw for 16 damage off the first turn of the game usually, so it kind of creates this awkward situation where a normal character wouldn't want to wouldn't want to just block alongside Lum, but Midori really doesn't mind, especially in the opening turns of the game, where maybe he doesn't have his Dragon form yet, or has Dragon form but doesn't have face cards to go with it. I probably could have summed that up way faster than I did, but hopefully the point got across. Oh, jackpot on an ace. Feels so wrong. Okay, so we're seeing a lot of throws from grapplers right now, which might sound obvious. Like, well, yeah, I mean, it's the throw guy. He's throwing. What news at 11, right? But the thing is that typically, especially once both players are very familiar with the matchups, which I know both of these players are, you see less throwing from grapplers because the fear of the throw is so strong that you actually see them just manipulating that fear to their advantage. Oh, that was actually close to due to the slowdown that 3 throw almost lost to the 8 throw of Lum due to the roll the dice slowdown, but still have the slight edge. If that was any other throw other than a 2 or 3, or I guess a king, but I don't really think you would king here. Wow, that is a strange combat. 6 attack gets snuffed out by Jack. Can't say I would have ever expected to see that combat. Jack into ace ace. Alright, so you see something new every day, folks. 29 damage is very solid. Midori has a lead right now. He's down 1 card in hand size, but that's totally fine. He doesn't mind that. Up 16 life. It's not. It's like a maybe like a 60-40 advantage for him right now. Oh, that's getting bigger now. Weird king attack by Lum. I'm not really sure what that king attack was hoping to accomplish. I really don't have much to explain it. Okay, block, block. Which, at this point, probably favors whoever doesn't already have a Joker. Because right now, finding a Joker is pretty key. Because both characters are going to be able to deal a really large hit sometime in the near future. So if one person has a Joker, then they should just be looking to press that. Like, take the risks where the Joker can save them. And if you don't have a Joker, you should probably be looking to find one, because statistically, you're getting around the point in your deck where you're going to probably find one soon. Oh my god, I don't even know. He should, yeah, I was gonna say if he's got the queens, he should just be flipping these because ultimately like Lum's gonna die in 2 more hits. So who even cares about the cards in your hand? Just kill him at this point. I mean, 13 life is nothing. A single king in dragon form, a single queen in dragon form, pair of aces, a throw into normal combo, pair of jacks, all sorts of things can be lethal for Midori at 13 life. And he's got the dragon form. We just saw one ace. He could be bluffing and only really have that one ace, or he could very well have a second ace, in which case, he's got. Oh, wow, that's a weird one to go with. I think throwing there was probably the lowest percentage play, and really weird that he played an 8 attack. That was just a weird turn. I really don't know what to make of that turn. I mean, the best he could do on 10 cards was an 8 attack? What on earth is going on? Yeah, you always play there. Okay, it was the Joker, but you gotta just go for the lethal damage there. He's still got 5 cards in hand after the draw step, which is more than enough to get this done. Lum's on a full hand. It'd probably take, I mean, depending on whether Midori has a Joker or not, it would either take 1 or 2 combat wins and a poker flourish. Probably 2 combat wins. That's not going to do. Alright, so looks like Bob. So we joined the game to see Bob counterpick Antillerman's Arg and come out on top. And then when Antillerman went for the counterpick to Lum, didn't pan out for him. Okay, so yeah, on to round 2. I'm guessing we'll watch Thelo's game with his BBB counterpick. I wonder if it's still the same password as always. It is. Okay. So it looks like we're 1-1. So, oh, nice. Perfect. Fresh game. Game 3. Alright, so Gwen's hand. What do we got? Opens with a throw. Oh, that. I gotta give Hooves an A plus for that comment. Something that probably happened about 20 seconds ago. That's old. Oh man, that's hilarious. But yeah. So turn 1 was about as catastrophic as possible. Got pushed to range and comboed with an ace. Ooh. Thilo losing his dodges though when he has the extensor grab. That never feels good. Oh no! Just losing all the dodges. Yeah, now here come the power-ups to man, this is really brutal because Thilo is mind gaming himself at this point because he has the king to keep spamming at range, but he just is convinced that wow, Gwen went for the dodge. Really? Oh, I would have just kept blocking. Who's had it going so well. He had Thilo totally stumped, totally just baffled, no idea what to do. He just totally had him, and then he threw it away by dodging of all things. If anything, I would expect him to attack if he wasn't gonna block, but he went for the dodge. Oh no, that could have ended range, which would have been huge for him because Thilo has gained absolutely nothing from this range. Meanwhile, Gwen, I mean, sure, she lost some life, but she gained a ton of cards. Does Chainsmith have to? Okay, just hit. Okay. Wasn't sure if you had to deal damage or not. So yeah, she can even get the slowdown here, potentially. We're gonna see the attack? Nope. Finally gets snagged. Okay, so now things can get awkward pretty quickly. So Hooves had no idea that there was even a king available based on what Thilo had been playing. So that was one advantage to what Thilo had been doing, is that he really hid that king well, because you would assume within the first 3 turns of range that if BBB had a king, he'd play it because it's just so strong. But he refrained from doing so, which really caught Gwen off guard, I think. And now Gwen's in a pretty bad spot. Can't dodge, so normals are a threat. Um, okay, yeah, well, that's one way out. The only problem is that that's so many cards he's got to discard. He's got to discard 3 cards, which is not great. I assume you get rid of like 4, 9. Okay, 4, 8, 9, sure. Yeah, I agree. That's just about right. Okay, and now we're overdriving. So Gwen, if she hits, is going to be brutal, but overdrive, I mean, he does have the long arm. He also has the extensor grab. No dodge. So I think Hooves should really consider that there's no dodge here. It's really, right now, it's really about, is he going to king or is he going to jack? And I think that Hooves just has to make the superior read here, because both of those could very well happen. And, okay. Oh, boy. Incorrect. So I don't think this is going to lead to that much, right? He doesn't. Oh, okay, he's got an ace. Alright, that hurts. Yeah, that's 21. That's a lot. Gwen can still come back here just because the damage is absurdly high on attack wins. Yeah, I think King here is like pretty. Like, oh wow, ripped a dodge. Ooh, yikes. Yeah, and the follow up just for the knockdown. King it close off a dodge with no overdrive. Not something you see too often, but I think it makes perfect sense here. Shuts off Gwen's dodges. So now the single ace. I mean, Thilo is known for doing the world's most obvious plays. Ooh, I don't think he did though. So I think this. Oh wait, what did he play? Dang it, I don't know. So I mean, King is just really attractive right now for Gwen, but she does have to be concerned about potential double ace. I mean, it is possible because he did power up for 3 with 3 7s before, and only 1 ace has gone away since then. Okay, so this is not great, but it's not that bad because you get to use the relentless strikes. Wait, so I see. I think just recently maybe Sterling changed the name of that to frenzied strikes because the tooltip even still says relentless strikes. Okay. Um. Right. So anyway, that's not even relevant. I just wasn't aware of that. But yeah. So right now, if Gwen can land 2 combos, then she's like 2 combats behind essentially. Okay, that's one of them. That's really good because that's 2 aces gone. Now here you absolutely play. I think, wow, plays 7 damage. Wow, weird, very weird. The reason I say that's weird is because if you're actually worried that he really has a Joker, then you wouldn't want to give him the 2 cards. And if you don't really think it's a Joker, then 22 damage. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like that was an option that he even. I really don't believe that was an option on the table. I think if you are super committed to thinking it's a Joker, you play. You don't play. And if you don't think it's a Joker, then you just play ace ace ace, no questions asked, boom boom. I mean, he can play a 4 attack now, but what did he go with? Oh! Could have went with the 4 attack. The slowdown was there. Yeah, I think, man, Hooves. There was a couple points in this game where I really thought he had the like he had Philo into a really good pattern. Like he had him into a really good mindset. Like he really could have taken advantage, but it turns out that he wasn't really the one doing the manipulating. Even though to me it looked that way, it turns out he was actually just as confused as Thilo was, and then Thilo just kind of grabbed the reins after that. So, yeah, that was just a matter of never actually following through with like he almost never committed to a plan. He just kind of kept like once something was about to work, he would just swap to something else that is not working over and over. Like right there, I mean, you had the tools to just attack. BBB probably doesn't have a dodge because he didn't have any left at least a couple points in the game. I mean, yeah, of course he could always draw another one, but at a couple points in the game didn't have one. And then when he got the slowdown, I mean, he took the slowdown, and then rather than use it, he decided to try and do the risky thing that you wouldn't really need the slowdown to do. Basically, he tried to like next level it. But the problem with next leveling it is that Thilo, even if you take out the fact that Thilo loves to go for lethal when he hasn't, even if you take that out, even then, like just in general, the risk of that play does not like. It's just like it just doesn't line up to me that when you're on that low of health, you're gonna choose to take the setup option of Chains of Ice and then not actually use it at all. That's just. I mean, I understand. Like, I'm not saying that there's no logic to it. But I just think that is it's too niche of a play that you really should just refrain from doing that very often. Let's go ahead and hop into let's go into Eric F versus Bob. I need to get the password. Also, let's refresh this bracket here. So, all right, yeah, stuff's happening. Bob, answer me. I need the password. Oh, also, I'm dumb and don't have the stream chat open. So, sorry to anyone in the stream chat asking questions. I'd open it now, but that's like 2 whole clicks away, so I mean, that's really far away, you know what I mean? So I think for now I'm just going to continue talking. Usually I have a co-caster who watches the stream chat for me because I'm really bad about that. So I do apologize for my laziness and also forgetting to, like usual. But yeah. Hopefully these matches are pretty interesting and you are being entertained / learning something or both, maybe, ideally. So we just saw we're in the pretty late stage of this game, but we just saw a goal burst from BBB. Not the most common thing against the Persephone, but I mean, I don't really know what the situation was, so I can't comment other than to say that's not that likely. We only see one ace in the discard. We actually see a bunch of really weak cards in the discard for Persephone. I wonder if her hand's good. Oh, wait, her hand's really small. Okay, it's got a pair of aces, it's got a king, it's got a joker. Okay, so her hand's actually quite solid. The problem here is triple aces even. The problem here is that the life differential is really huge, and even though she just blocked triple ace, she doesn't really have. She's got one dodge, which is really great, but if it fails, no dodges, which just sucks. And I mean, it's going to be a matter of figuring out whether to go for king here or to go for on your knees. Okay, so dodges the ace again. So the dodge did work, so we never had to. Looks like we're not going to have to worry about that. Okay, yeah, goes for the mistress command, which which actually was a discussion in the past, but I think now everyone pretty much agrees. Whenever you dodge basically anything, unless they Joker, if they Joker, it's a different story. If they play face down, but if they don't face down, almost always you want to Mistress Command. Because, it just lets you see what's going on. Oh, again, Thilo back for a little bit.
Yo.
Oh, good match. Yeah, I told you you'd win.
All right, so we're watching Bob versus Eric.
Yeah, Bob and Eric going at it right now. Game 1 of Purse versus BBB, with BBB up about 30 life. Okay, so yeah, chooses to make Bob blow his only dodge, which makes perfect sense. Also, I wasn't paying enough attention. Okay, so he has What is it? There's no Bare Your Soul right now though. Oh, that sucks.
Oh man, Eric doesn't have a throw.
No, this sucks so bad. If Eric had a Bare Your Soul right now, BBB has no way to answer a 3 attack except his draw step. Oh, he drew a not block. That's unfortunate. Yeah. If Bob has any sense at all, he's gonna odd block here because Persephone set it up that he had absolutely 0 answers in his hand. He went with an even block. Why? Why would you ever?
Yeah, I think that was a mistake.
Even block just makes negative sense. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so the one redeeming factor about that even block is that now when Eric goes for the odd cross up again, he probably will assume that Bob still doesn't have an odd block. So maybe he'll get out of it in the second go around.
Right, and now Eric goes for the Barrier Soul.
The barrier soul, BARRIER soul. The barrier soul. Oh man. So yeah, this is that stage of the game where Persephone's mean and doesn't like anybody, so she just kind of takes away all their fun stuff. Yeah, this BYS is a little bit too late to actually matter because you don't get to take away their draw on the turn you use it. It's starting the next turn, so it kind of doesn't matter. But Robo Headbutt.
Robo Headbutt.
Robo Headbutt type.
Robo Headbutt.
Oh!
Yep. That's lethal.
No, it's not. Joker is there.
Oh, she just have a Joker.
Okay, I assume you give Extensor Grab because he already has an Extensor Grab. And one ace is not really that threatening.
Well, Extensor Grab and
Wait. That
the
was
9.
Wait, gave him a dodge? Why did he give him a dodge?
That's odd. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. Okay. See, I thought I was making sense out of this game for the most part. The even block made extremely little sense, but okay, I could chalk that one up to inexperience. But giving the dodge there, I'm gonna go with misclick because you just would never do that in a million years otherwise. And then it works. He doesn't even use the dodge. He's like, nah, man. That was mind games.
He thought this is too obvious. He wants me to use that dodge.
You might normally call something the world's most obvious blah, but when they give you the card, that is a whole nother level of obvious. So I'm gonna go ahead. Man. I'm gonna go ahead and say that was some questionable play.
Will there be a counter pick?
I think, according to Eric F., this already is the most counter pick you can do. I don't agree, but I do think it's a good match for BBB. So I would not feel pressure.
I also agree.
I would not feel pressure to swap. But
I know that Bob likes to play a lot of characters, right. So yeah.
Goes with Manelker, interesting. Okay. I think that this is also a fine match for Manelker. I guess his reasoning for that is in case he loses here, Manelker is a little harder to exploit on the counter pick than BBB. I mean, I guess that's. I mean, because I definitely do that sometimes. Where even if I have the advantage in game one and I lose, I'll swap to a character who's harder to counterpick,
Mhm.
rather than just stick with it. I mean, so I think that's a fine choice. Or maybe he just likes this matchup better. Like I remember one time in a tournament versus Frick, I had to do Moon Logic, and in game one, I think I might have picked Arg in game one and lost to his Rook. So in game two, I swapped to the insane counterpick of Midori.
Yeah, okay, that is insane. That is actually insane.
But I won. I won the second game. But then he did the sick counterpick in the third game of staying with Rook and then killed me.
Sick counterpick.
Yeah, he did the sick counterpick of staying with this character that I anti-counterpicked.
Oh man, double block in the first 2 turns.
Yeah.
It's building a pretty good hand here.
Yeah. You know, I mean, Manelker, if he gets off to an early, like, saturated hand, it's the damage is either crazy or the amount of control he can do on your hand's crazy, and neither one is something that a 5 card, or I guess 6 card really, character wants anything to do with. Okay, that's a nice block. That
Yeah.
actually helps a lot because not only does it avoid significant damage, but going back up to 8 cards is a lot safer against Manelker, who can take away like up to like 2 or 3 cards per combat, depending on what he wins with.
That straight has got to be really tempting for Eric right now.
I mean, it's not the 2.4 speed is not that bad either. I mean,
It beats Manelker's.
Yeah, it beats Manelker's normals, and also, I mean, it at some point here, usually in the early game, is when the first Bonecracker is going to come out. So you got to be wondering if he's going to play that Bonecracker soon.
Yep. He's thinking about it. Oh, he's dodging. It works. Mr. Assist command, I guess.
Yeah, the 2 attack would have worked even better, but
Ooh,
okay. So now
nothing.
here we have a case. Okay, so I actually agree with that. So because of the face down there, going for the knockdown. Also, 10 damage is a lot against Manelker, more so than other characters. So even if it was like a fake Joker, that's less like missing out on the Mistress Command is less bad. Actually, for a few reasons. So one is because it was going to be the 10 damage follow up against Manelker, which is a really high portion of his life compared to like Rook or something. But on top of that, he also had a really saturated hand, so Mistress Command was going to do less than normal in taking away an option. So I feel like that was definitely like just the objectively correct decision to go with the Jack there instead of the Mistress Command.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and I forgot
Close
he
for
doesn't
the
have his
8th throw.
straight. Well, I mean, he's got the double dominance though. That's really all that matters. So get back well, his whole discard pile. That's what he gets back. Every single rank of card he possibly could. Also worth noting that Duist Hold's really good against Manelker, just because whenever he Bonecrackers you, it's really hard to not pay the 10 life.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like, hey, deal 10 damage, unless he really doesn't care about what's in your hand or really can't afford to pay the 10 life, which is great if you can actually counter the Bonecrackers. So either way, it's a really win-win situation.
Oh, wow. Double into Oblivion.
Yeah.
Into double. Oh, he takes... That's so much damage.
Yeah. No, but there's no more aces. So here's the thing. There's no more aces, but Rapid Lashes hurts.
Yeah.
So this is scary. Like a Rapid Lashes combo.
2, 3, 4 Rapid Lashes?
I'm not. Math's hard. That's Rapid Lashes is what, 15 damage? And then 2, 3, 4 is like 9. That's like 24. So like a Queen plus a combo with Rapid Lashes is a kill.
Right. Do you Queen here or do you normal?
Or I mean, wait, Throw might kill actually, because then you get to go 7-5 Rapid Lashes. That's a kill. Yeah, that's a kill. So Throw is even on the table just because of lethals.
Wow. That's a really good situation.
Ooh, Black Queen. Okay, that's very good for Manelker.
He can afford to take a queen or two.
Yeah. What?
Oh, discards the Throw. He really wants his straight, but his straight doesn't do anything.
He really wants a straight when there's no aces in his deck anymore.
Yeah, and he's close to lethal. I don't know.
Oh
I
man.
think he just like clicked reflexively, and then oh shit!
Oh man, I don't know about that one.
Dodge into the rapid lashes. Oh man, that hurts. That is so sad.
Oh. Okay, get your bones cracked. So now, the rapid lashes is really tempting. The queen's also pretty tempting, and the throw is tempting too.
I would take away rapid
Yeah,
lashes.
I agree. I would take away. Okay, I think the throw it's okay. I mean, your dodges are really safe now.
Yeah, but holy shit, rapid lashes.
Yeah, I personally would have taken rapid lashes there, just because after seeing how little else he had to combo with. Because I mean, I think most people think of Persephone as a character who can combo it reliably in most situations, and that's true, but that's almost entirely because of her aces. Other than that, it's just her jack. So if you take that away, and she has no aces, she actually has no combos really at all. She can go like throw into some normals. That's not even really something to be concerned about. Ooh, finds a 7th throw. That's a very nice throw. I'm just gonna look at Manelker's hand real quick because I've been spectating. Oh, so he has a
It's
Joker
pretty
still. That's
balanced.
right. He has a Joker, which is really key here. I think that I'd probably put um, Persephone at like a 65% chance to win here, but the it's not even that stacked in her favor. Just because, yeah, she's got 20 life, but he has a Joker and has equal, if not slightly superior options, just because he has the Black King and he has an Ace, and also the longer. Oh, that's
Oh, that Black
absolutely.
King hit some combats.
Yeah, that's pretty much ideal. But yeah, the problem
Oh,
here.
and draws the Black J.
Wait, he drew Black J up to. Oh wow.
Wow.
Ooh. Wait, he can go huge on this combo if he wants. I don't think he will though. I think honestly it would be a sound decision to just play Black J here, but I would
I
be
would just
hard.
play a 5/6 Black J.
Well,
That's a lot of
the thing is that
damage.
could be a Joker. I mean, I guess he saw her hand. What 3 turns ago was it? Or
Right.
two? I don't know. I mean, he knew there wasn't a Joker then. So I mean, it's fine to commit a lot, but I think that it's also okay to not to commit to 5/6. Like either way, it's okay. Okay, so now he has a full Dragon's Breath that he can combo off a throw for not lethal, but a lot of damage.
Ooh,
Okay, so I
nice.
think
Off of
you just take the knockdown here, and then you have lethal afterward, or do you just play the Dragon's Breath?
I think you just take your damage.
Sure. Oh no,
Oh,
you don't.
he top decked the Joker.
Oh no, you don't. Oh man. Oh, that's hard. This gets
And
more
now Bone
complicated.
Cracker isn't actually
I
relevant
actually
anymore.
think your play was correct, but I would have made the misplay of doing the knockdown there, which would have benefited me. So my incorrect play would have paid off.
That's an awkward hint.
Yeah, this hand's not good. Actually, I'm surprised he Wait, I guess I guess he drew a 6 this turn. I think he should power those off
Yeah.
as soon as possible.
Yeah, he drew a 6.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ugh.
I guess you just throw the Joker down. Oh, it's rough. He's
Power
gone.
Lash?
I think you do throw the Joker down just because the knockdown is so tempting for Persephone. Like if you're Persephone here, I think you just have to power lash. I mean you could pass if you were like really sure. I mean, if you're really sure, it's always okay to pass. But interesting, man. I guess he's just gonna recur another throw. Is the idea with going for the
No, I think the idea is actually to keep the Jack to deal lethal.
right? Well, like what I was like
Ooh.
I
Yeah,
guess he doesn't have another jack. I thought he had another jack in his discard. I guess. Oh, that he already recurred that same one. Okay.
right.
I was thinking just jack and take another jack back, but he didn't have another jack. Okay. That's a wash, which I think favors Persephone just because. Oh wow, rips her other Joker. Ooh, ooh.
And he top decks the 7th row, which he just slams down on the table.
Too bad that has a very low chance of working. I really would be shocked to see something other than the queen come out. Okay, it does come out. I mean, queen is just safe there. I mean, it doesn't necessarily do the most relevant damage just because Rapid Lash is gonna pretty much kill at this point regardless. But it gets him one step closer to being able to dodge into it,
Yeah,
which
that's a dodge.
yeah.
Dodge into Power
Okay.
Lash.
Yeah, dodge into Power Lash.
Or
I think Power Lash is better than Rapid Lash just because you can get a queen now and that's lethal and he's knocked
right,
down.
right. Okay, that makes sense.
Or seven throw is. I mean, I understand that. I don't know if it's better than queen. I feel like queen might be better because you have a joker, so it's like, man, he has to get through a queen and then also your next combat, and then once he gets through both of those, then he has to get through the joker. So I don't know. It's like a lot of chances. This is like, sure, you're diversifying your threats more, but it's a little riskier. Like, man, people have been doing this all tournament so far, where they take the thing like that, like they committed their resources to, like they do like the maybe suboptimal thing as a setup, and then they go to left field and don't even, and then act like it never even happened. Like, oh, I'm gonna get the seventh throw. Watch out for the seventh throw. I'm gonna block now, and then I lost. Oh, like.
Ooh, is this going to be the mythical pumped queen from Minalka?
You mean the one that always happens every time?
I think it is.
I think you should be able to pump with more queens for full damage. Should be +8 damage if you pump more queens. There it is, the mythical queen. I think you actually maybe should have thrown away the king there instead of the 9. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh well, it's not. The game's not over. We have more jokers. All jokers have been played. He committed all those resources and all that life to getting rid of the aces, but that means the jokers were left untouched. So you definitely power up those 9s, or just almost always? I mean, I don't
I
know.
don't know. It's
I mean,
it's
basically, it's a
tempting.
matter of, are you willing to throw here? Oh, you can just rip an ace anyway. I mean, that works.
No, you'd power up for a queen, not an ace.
Right. Actually, I mean, I guess he doesn't know for sure that there's no queen. I mean, 3 queens are gone for Persephone though, so the ace is like very similar. Like, it's just a matter of, do you want, like, because maybe if you powered up your 9s, then Eric would be convinced you don't have a throw, which would be a downside, which is probably why he didn't.
Right. It works. Why did he play king though?
You play king there over
Over ace?
ace. Well, they're functionally the same card, right? In this
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, I guess.
So I guess the reason being that, oh well, I guess king does more chip damage or something. So,
He
or
was at
no.
1 life.
Oh
I
well,
think it's just like, it's an identical card. I'm just
yeah,
going to slam
yeah.
it down.
He likes the ace, the ace artwork better, so he wants to keep it just in case there was another turn after that one.
It's
Which I
not
don't.
though. It's the exact same. Like there's no functional difference.
Well, I'm saying you like the art better. The art's different, and the name. You know,
Oh, the
maybe
art.
maybe he likes, the name Dragon Breath. He wants to keep that one. Swapping
Noble
over to
reasons.
DeGray. Yeah, it's a fine choice. I mean, the thing is that
Who opens the gray with 333?
triple anything is pretty exciting as DeGray on turn 1, I gotta say. Because that means you get 2 aces, and those things are crazy.
Oh
Alright,
yeah,
starting off big, just gets the jack right away.
that's a real exciting turn.
Whoa, he's not gonna play. He plays a 3?
Uh, I
He,
don't
he
agree with
just,
that.
he just, he literally just discarded an ace for 5 damage. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's mentally insane.
On turn one,
As opposed to
ugh.
physically insane.
I mean, I know Minalker does have not a lot of life, but yow.
He genuinely 1-to-1 ratio. We can scientifically say that he discarded an ace for 5 damage. I just can't ever see myself doing that. Now he gets bone crackered, and now he doesn't have a hand anymore because he discarded an ace for 5 damage. I guess he wants to get rid of the block really badly because now Udre has to top deck something. But you see, but now he did top deck something. Why wouldn't you just
Yeah,
take the ace?
that's the curse of Menelker, always, man.
Just take the ace, man. Like it was so greedy. I mean, there's a lot of draws in DeGray's deck that gets him out of that setup. And now he's got like an actual decent hand again with the ace still. See, that's like one thing that it's kind of actually one of the reasons I don't play Manelker is because I want to make those greedy plays like that, but they're just wrong. And so for me, that feels bad because I just want to be the maximum amount of greedy. So I actually just don't play him because I just can't help but be greedy. But I can at least admit that they're the wrong plays to make.
Right.
If you want to be the maximum greedy, then you really want to. I think Persephone's a better greedy character because she can recur this stuff later. So she's allowed to do really sketchy things in the name of
Yeah,
setups.
Menelker is a lot about holding back.
Right, right.
So that's Pile Bunker into 6, and that's it. It's pretty good damage, actually, considering his current life total.
Yeah. 18 damage pile bunker. Get in there.
And now he powers up for a second ace, and his double ace is like
Double ace
lethal?
is lethal. I'm trying to
Dodge
think.
into it?
I think if you dodge into it, it's lethal. Otherwise, can Manelker face down or something to avoid it being lethal? I don't think so. Actually, I think it's just lethal. Okay.
Okay.
I actually like the normal attempt just because dodge was a little obvious. Ooh, draws him a point counterpoint.
Ooh, 7.
Point counterpoint seems
Slam it down.
really good, especially because your dodge is very threatening. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So that's game. It's over. I mean, I can't imagine that Eric F doesn't go for it.
Oh, I have a match.
I think you just
Oh.
gotta do it. I mean, would you ever not do it here?
I would not.
I mean, I think
Just
here
slam
I
it
would just
down.
do it. I just do it, yeah. So despite that absurdly questionable turn one play, it works out for him and he just crushes. All right, well, on to the next round of play.
On to my next match.
Good luck with that. Are you gonna do some more sweet counter picking?
I don't know who Kona picks.
Oh wait, who you? Oh, let me look at the bracket here because I haven't actually looked at the bracket much at all. Oh, yeah, I have no idea, but so far he has beat a player who didn't show up. It looks like, and also beat some new guy who I've never heard of, who then dropped after going to losers. So basically, what I'm gathering from this bracket is that he basically hasn't really won a match yet that actually matters. So you're kind of on your own with that one.
Yep.
Actually, it looks like everyone in the losers bracket, it looks like it's dropped. The losers are not happy today. They're just like, forget this, man. I'm out of here. That's funny. Yeah, I guess I'll just jump into the fresh game. I don't know. Might as well. Let's watch some more boop boop boop. More beep 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 boop boop boop. Oh, he's going for the Troc. See now, Troc, every caster during the Fantasy Strike Online Championship series got sick of seeing Troc because Thilo just kept like getting to the finals every week with Troc. But now it's been a while since Troc has really been in the since he's been in the limelight, so I think it's a healthy revival of the Troc. So I'm excited to see some Troc. I'm ready to see some beasts get unleashed and other shenanigans. Also, how's Flack doing? Because he was gonna hop on here. So he won, then he lost, and now he's in the losers. I see. See if any other matches are going on because this is boring. this match sucks. There's nothing going on. Where is Flack's name? Flack. PM. Why won't it let me PM you? PM. I literally. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're gonna hop into Flack versus Volcania. Because that sounds fun. Volcania used to be. We're getting near 3 years ago where Volcania and I used to run tournaments together. I guess like 2.5 years, but somewhere close to 3 years. Man, that's been a while. They're not answering me. Ah. I'll fill in with BBB anyway. That's boring. I'm gonna try to PM Volcania here. This is sad. Maybe the game's over. I mean, it doesn't say that they're characters, so either it hasn't like started, or they're waiting in between games, or the game's over. Oh, right, he's still using that. Okay. Okay, well, since the players are gone, I'm actually gonna go grab some water while that's happening. So I will be right back to bring you this intense Yomi action. Thanks for watching. Back. Did I miss it? Oh, I missed a lot. What did I miss? A king. It looks like he blocked this and then threw that. That's what I'm going with. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay. Blocked an orb, beat a 9 throw, and now blocks a normal attack. So basically, Val's getting destroyed. This match is considered an advantage for Valerie. I muted my mic, right? I'm good. I'm talking. Yeah. Okay. It looks like I'm talking. Great. Yeah, this matchup is considered advantageous for Valerie because Chromatic Orb is really good against Rook. It shuts down Rock Armor. It draws cards on hit. So if it snipes a throw or anything, then you're gonna get to draw a card, which really helps you sustain a hand against a Grappler, which is usually a little hard because they have Defense Mastery. But when you have the Chromatic Orb, that helps out a lot. Goes a long way. And then on top of that, you have Bold Strokes, which is an ability that buffs up your normal attack combos. Usually it's pretty bad to just throw out there like too early or too often because it's on your 7th throw as Valerie, which is her fastest throw. It's very fast, 7.2 speed. So normally you don't want to just throw it away frivolously, but Rook, who has so many throws faster than that, doesn't really care. Really not a big deal to her, so she doesn't mind just pumping up her combos all the time with it. So it's actually, it adds a lot of damage to her game, which she normally doesn't get to use. So Rook's HP advantage is actually less prevalent. Oh, that's a lot of face cards. I was kind of just ranting on about the match and didn't notice this here. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's 42 damage worth the jack power right there. Could have got some of it off, or could have went for the orb. So that goes for the 7th row. The ability not being relevant here because it's only on normal attacks that get the damage boost. So that with all 0 normal attacks in her hand, that was not very impressive. I guess just to go over for any of you who might be new to Yomi, when this says your normal attacks do +1 damage each, it means numbered cards, so 2 through 10. Face cards are referred to as special attacks, so Jack, Queen, King are specials, and then aces are supers. For those of you who might not have known that. Looks like Flack has some kind of issue here. Actually, while I have no co-caster, I need to get some music on, so I'm going to mute that because the silence is deafening me right now. So what am I gonna? Let's get some Camelot. That sounds good. There we go. Now that you shouldn't be able to hear that, so hopefully that's should be no problem. You don't even know what just happened. But yeah. So in this situation, Valerie actually has a lot of damage. The issue is that landing it is almost entirely a matter of convincing Rook that attacking or throwing is a good idea, which is really tough because when you only have 0 to 1 throws in your hand, it's very hard to do enough throwing to make Rook want to throw you back or to attack your throws. So really, what he needs to do is probably just try to stall for a couple turns, like he's doing, like play an orb, maybe just go for like a lame 3 attack here or something, or a queen. That's fine. Goes for the queen. Yeah, that works out actually. But yeah, the reason that this is important is you probably want to build up to like maybe 2 throws or so, and then throw a couple turns in a row, because that way, Flack after the first throw might be like, oh, the throws are actually happening now, so I guess I should really adjust for that, because Valerie is known for sometimes going on long streaks without throwing because she either doesn't have one or only has like one on a burst of speed or something. Burst of speed being an ability on her 10, which is a really really strong ability. So if she only has like a 10 throw in her hand, it's really awkward for her to throw. So she usually won't. So when you're playing against Valerie, especially in the mid game when her hand might be very lopsided, it's really important to figure out when throws are a threat and when they're not. Also, if I was Valerie right there, I would have slammed the king down, like no questions, and it would have actually worked there. So that was unfortunate that he decided to go for the throw that turn. King is arguably at its best first Rook because he doesn't have any dodges, and also because when you burst the speed this to 1.4, it beats everything except his double ace. It's very very strong against him. And it's actually a significant factor in why Valerie is good against Rook. But he's not using it. Okay, there's the burst of speed I was talking about. At this stage in the game, though, he will have to throw with it if he chooses to throw. Like he can no longer just hold that around because he doesn't have the time. I mean, if he thinks a throw is going to win combat, he just needs to win that combat because his life is just too low to wait. Interesting. Avoids the rock armor. Into 21. Very nice. Throws away the king instead of a jack. I guess that makes sense. I mean, so the reason you do that is because you're committed to using this as a throw. So therefore, the speed of the king is actually a downside to it. Oh, he's dead anyway. But anyway, I think you would throw away the king there because you're committed to using this as a throw. So the speed of this king is a downside compared to if you want to play a jack in combat. Um, but even then, you had a jack. I don't know. That seems really funky to me. Can't say I agree with that. King is very good against Rook. I don't think maybe Volcano doesn't realize how good it is, or just doesn't care. I don't know. I actually love doing that as Rook versus Valerie. If I ever have Wall of Vines on turn 1, it's coming down because it's very good against what she normally plays in turn 1. I mean, she can block on turn 1. It happens, so it's not like a guaranteed win or anything. But it's very strong. So I very much appreciate that play. Oh boy. Volcania just not he's kind of just getting bullied right now. I mean, everything's just going Flack's way. I don't have much to say about it. It's just kind of it's ownage right now. I don't know. Okay. Gets the gold burst, which is going to kickstart his combos. Like now this king is a lot better because now he has a masterpiece to combo into. And he's got red and black to you know potentially try to deduce what color Rook's been blocking with. Oh, no bueno. Goes the wrong color. Could have got him with the red king. Okay, that is actually a minor win for Valerie. She will actually, I mean, in most cases, not necessarily in all cases, but in most cases, she will discard a 2 and pay 2 life to make Rook discard a 5. So that's actually fine for her. Okay, this one's worse because now she's slowed down and knocked down. So this one's less okay because the Entangling Vines is a lot better against the normal than the Stonewall is. Now she does have the burst of speed to counteract the slow for the most part, but or I guess actually not a slow; it's a speed up on Rook's part, but kind of even like kind of doesn't really matter which way you want to put it. It's just me, or is this really bright? Like brighter than I remember it being. Bright to the point where like it hurts to look at. Maybe my monitor's brightness is just crazy. Ooh, fish is for the throw and land, so now it gets to go. I think you might just want to go into ace ace here. Yeah, I agree with this. Don't want to use your 6 because at some point in the game you might still get a normal string off for extra aces. Don't really want to go into the king because that's a great combo starter, especially when you have burst speed. Here, what did he play? Went for the queen. Sure, yeah, that makes perfect sense because everything else in your hand is actually not that great to use this particular turn. Really, what he's looking for is either a normal, and then he'll probably go for a normal, or even could go for the king. Either one. Okay, finds the normal. This is a pretty good situation. I think here you might want to go for the normal. Yeah, I think I like going for the normal there. I mean, you have double burst speed anyway, just in case. Yeah. Oh, he blocked! Why? No, okay, yeah. Why did he block? I was like, oh man, he's got two oh, that could have been really good. He could have gotten the normal draw off of the 5 attack, then 2 chances at more normals. So we had 3 more chances to draw more normals, and they would have dealt +2 damage each. Man, post with the jack instead of the king. This guy is a weirdo. I mean, it worked, but it's weird. He's really underutilizing these kings. I mean, granted, I don't think the king was great in his hand right then, but in general, I don't know. He seems like he does not care about this card at all, and when it's very good against Rook. Especially with Burst of Speed backup, it can be outright terrifying. So yeah, now that he picked up the Masterpiece again, yep, okay, now he's able to do the throw into Masterpiece again, which, Chromatic Orb's great, but in this case, he just has way too many Burst of Speeds in his hand and no throw combos. So, yeah, at this point, you're just gonna just take the damage where you can get it. In fact, he might even power up these 10s. Maybe not this turn, but it could even happen. I wouldn't even be surprised to see it happen just because the damage here is just really relevant. Unfortunately, with the combo he had available, throw for Ace Ace is 26 as opposed to the 27 he needed to get a kill. No, well, he's gonna do it, I think. Just do it, man. Just go for it. Just burst it out. I think you got to do it here. It costs you all of them. I think you do it. I mean, maybe I'd Bold Strokes first. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if it's worth Bold Strokes. I think it is. I think you got to Bold Strokes. I think you Bold Stroke. Oh, he's not gonna do it. Okay. If he's not gonna do it, then he should have queened. Almost definitely. Oh, weird. He opted to go for the Rolling Stone instead of the Hammer Fist. That is an interesting. And he's got 3 9s in his hand, or at the very least, he had 2 pairs, which could have brought Val to 20 or under 20 for. That's weird. I don't agree with that. Getting Valerie to sub 20 life, especially when you have essentially Ace Ace in hand, seems very important. But nonetheless, so that was a weird turn overall. Okay. Gets Orb Reflected. That works. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Volcania is making pretty good decisions about when to do things. It's just what like his evaluation on like and hand management are a little off to me. Okay, this is basically a non-turn. Like no one even cares about this turn. Getting a normal being blocked when both players are sub 20 life is like it's kind of like just a free pass. No one really cares what happens there. Why is he not getting Ace Ace? Okay, this is. I mean, it's never going to be lethal because the Joker. But would it be lethal anyway? So it's 3, 4, 5, 5. No, it wouldn't be. But now Masterpiece is lethal, which is nice. Because now, I guess it doesn't matter though, right? He's dead. Yeah, he's got the queen. Okay, he's dead. But just in theory, like just thinking about it from Volcania's side, like what was the logic behind that move? It made sense. All right, so Flack takes it. I feel like Valerie might have been in an advantageous position to take that game at least at a couple different points. But all right, so Flack takes it down. Let's check out that. Oh, apparently stuff happened. Philo won. Okay. Oh, we get to watch the winners semifinals. Or no, winners finals. Just overall semifinals. Okay. It just looks a little weird on challenge, but yeah, the winners finals is coming up. So, normally what we'd call this, round 1, round 2, round 3, blah blah blah. Then winners finals and grand finals, but they just go with semifinals and grand finals. Like instead of calling this semi and semi, we'd call this winners finals, losers finals, and then grand finals. But yeah, I guess we're gonna hop in that just because it's the end of the winners bracket. That's a hype match. In the meantime, though, let's just click on a random game. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out Nathan and Bob going at it with Valerie and Arg, a classic match from version 1. It's a pretty close match. Both characters are doing very different game plans, so it's pretty interesting for both sides. But turns out it's actually pretty close because Valerie can deal a lot of damage, but Arg is pretty good at being versatile and just exploiting whatever Valerie's weakness is at the time. And also, Bubble Shield is a very strong card. So Bubble Shield is the ever looming threat. And this is game 3, it looks like. Both characters at 50 life. And okay. So let's look at discard piles here. So Nathan's discard pile, he's used up a couple aces, a lot of jacks, a joker. Okay. And then on Bob's side of things, pair of aces, pair of queens, pair of sevens. Wow, so Bob's actually used up a lot of good cards already. He's on 11 card hand though. That's massive for our regard. Pretty rare to see Arg over double digits. I mean, it happens, but it's pretty rare. Uh oh, he's lagging. He's lagging. Uh oh. Uh oh. I don't know if he wanted to play that 4 attack, but in my head he has a 5 and a 6, so it all worked out. Remember, folks, if you're ever lagging, the game client always plays the card furthest to the left in whatever orientation it was. So, always put the card you think you're going to play all the way to the left, just in case. So you go, okay, I think I'm going to play this one, just drag it over there. I mean, at least if it's lagging, like on previous turns. Okay, guess the bubble shield's snagged. Ooh, whoa, Joker there. Interesting. Interesting Joker. So a thing about playing against Valerie is that her throw combos, she usually can add on, depending on her hand size, up to like 28 damage onto a throw, which is a sizable amount. The thing is that she can do more. She can add on more to an attack combo starter than she can to a throw combo starter. So general wisdom is to Joker attacks more so than throws. And the other reason for that, which is probably a more important reason, especially as Argagard, is that if you face down when she is going to attack, if she passes, then she just did her one hit. And, it just was whatever it was. But when you face down and then she passes when she threw you, you're knocked down, and that gets preserved. So it doesn't help you at all. Like it hurts you more, like if she passes, because not only are you not preventing any damage, not drawing the 2 cards, but you're actually knocked down anyway. So you actually, in a way, helped her out compared to if you Joker um, an attack in that same situation. Like you help her make the right decision is what I meant by help you out. Like you make her more likely to want to pass, which is not what you want when you Joker. When you Joker, you want them not to pass to get the most value out of your Joker. If you want them to pass, you should bluff. So when she throws you like that and you think she has a decent combo to play, you should bluff a card, because then she's going to be more inclined to pass and waste that opportunity on what wasn't really a Joker. Three attack trades with King. That's not a thing I've seen happen very often, but alright, there it is. Okay, dodging here, interesting. 9 cards, so it's either going to be a throw or into a 3 colors with pumps. We'll see which it is. Or I guess even an ace could be a thing. Okay, yep. Okay, goes for the masterpiece even. Sure. Don't know exactly what's in his hand, but I'm assuming that's fine. I mean, Bob's not at that high of a life total where it really matters. So also Orb a little weaker against Arg than against some other characters because of Bubble Shield. 4 attack. Interesting. Okay, here comes the bold strokes. I don't think you usually can't afford to counter this. Oh, he's gonna. Which kind of is not great. Oh, that's certainly bad. This can't be good. That is a lot of normals. And that's the game. Alright. Takes him down. Big normal combo, 29 damage. Alright. Nathan takes that one down, it looks like, because that was game 3. Did the. Oh, there we go. Winners finals. There it is. Let's go. Oh my god, this keyboard. So, my real keyboard got ruined. So, I'm on this little $5 piece of crap keyboard till my next real one comes in. This thing is sad. It's a sad keyboard. It's a sad life. Like, the keys feel like someone, like. It feels like they're in, like, a swamp or something, and when you push them down, they're, like, trudging through, like, 3 inches of mud trying to be pressed. But why is it always why? Somehow, every time I see Thilo playing anymore, it's just Gwen versus BBB. I really don't need to see any more of this match. It's game 1 at least, so. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh, jeez, he got 3 queens. That's a lot of those. Interesting. Are we gonna see yellow queen? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, gets him with the king. Wow. That is so big. That is so big. Oof. Okay, gets out of it though. That's pretty good. All right, here we go. I mean, this is it. This is crunch time. Whoa, didn't power up fives? Oh, okay. Got the Joker. We're still got a match. Wait, why did he pump twice? That was ambitious. Why did he do that? He really didn't want that king. Okay, I guess he top decks an ace. That's something, right? What? Why? Oh my god. He had a king! How do you not king? I don't get it. I don't get this game. I don't get these people. I don't get any of you people. Do you not know how good King is? As Gwen? I, I mean, it's BBB on 2 cards. What does he have? 2 aces? Like, alright, if he has 2 aces, then you wouldn't throw either. You would dodge. So, I don't know what you were doing, sir. Oh, man. That was just his game to lose, and he just punted it like the full football field. He just punted just straight up, just 100 yards. I don't know what GF. Uh, uh, I, I, girlfriend? I mean, that's just how I read that. Take a second shot at. I'm gonna take a shot at your girlfriend. That's basically how I interpret that. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but enough chat analysis, which I'm clearly not good at. Okay, gets the innate trigger here. Not that impressive, but you'll take it. I feel like Gwens are using their kings too early. You really don't want to use king that early, or just use all of them that early, I guess. Like, okay, so see, here's the problem with using your kings this early. Now you don't have kings, which sucks because king is a great combat card in the late game and a great combo piece in the mid game. And now you also have no normals, so you're gonna have less aces than usual. So they have no kings and no normals. So what combos do you have? None is the answer. You don't have combos. So now you have to like do lame throws or queens or dodges. Interesting. Dodges into the 7 instead of the 10. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying that's totally wrong, but it's interesting choice. I would be more inclined to dodge with the or throw with the 10 there. Okay, that's. I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, I guess you can queen there instead of 3 because the queen's got a better payoff than 3. So yeah, actually, never mind. That 3 actually was really bad compared to a queen. I don't know why he did that. Why would you 10 block at close? That seems like not what you want to use that card for. This is weird stuff. Like, I don't understand what that did. Really weird. I don't know. I feel like if you wanted to make that play, just queen instead, because it kind of queen's kind of like the same thing but better, basically. This is awkward. Real Joker. Okay, I mean I'm not saying that's totally wrong, because I mean 13 damage is a lot, but oh bother. You just bonking him for 13. Yeah, I don't know. And the overdrive. I don't even know what the point of that was. I guess now he can long arm for funsies. If I was going, I'd just queen. I would just queen. Just queen, dude. Dude, just queen. Dude, just queen. Just queen, dude. I swear to God. These players, these Gwen players have no idea what they're doing against BBB, do they? Yay, you got out of range. The good old power up kings. Feels so wrong, but at this stage in the game, it's perfectly fine. So single ace is lethal for BBB. What on earth is going on? Thilo, if you watch this replay, if you watch this archive, these are the Gwen players you're beating. That jack against a lethal ace instead of king when they have a full combo. Yeah, no, yeah. I already beat you to the punch. That was another pathetic Gwen performance. That basically you just exposed another Gwen fraud is what happened. That's actually what happened, and I'm sorry to all middle one because that was a little harsh, but that was not well played at all. Sorry, but it wasn't. So I don't want to hear crap about how that shows that BBB beats Gwen. I don't want to hear anything about it. In fact, let's get Thilo back in here. I think I just typed so this keyboard that I'm using right now, the K is stuck down, so it just hits K all the time. like if you just hover over the K a little bit, let's look at if I just graze the K, it just goes. Like if I pet it, it just goes. So yeah, it's if I type a bunch of extra K's in all my stuff, that's why. But yeah, that was incredibly bad. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, I gotta turn off my music again. All right, music off, Thilo unmuted. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I left you a nice gift on the recording. If you go back and watch that game,
I will.
I'm not even gonna go over it right now. I'll just let you experience that later. But yeah, what should we hop into here? Let's go into Tellerman and Eric F because I like watching Persephone. Oh wait, there's 2 Persephone games. That's fun. Which one do we want to go into? I think Manelka and Persephone sounds like fun. What's the password though?
Yeah, the matchup we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's an interesting hand.
I didn't get the password. I'm not as cool as you.
Is it safe to message it to you on Skype?
Yeah, you can message me anywhere. I don't care. It's fine.
Sorry?
You can message it to me. That's fine. Okay, that's an easy enough password. In we go. Oh! Hello, Quadsies. Managed to amass that versus Persephone. That doesn't sound that easy to do. Oh, Persephone's got no cards.
Yeah, and he has DSD.
Right. This is not good.
Gonna dodge into it.
No, he's
or
not.
attempt to at least.
He wishes he was going to dodge into it. I think you got to take the knockdown here. I mean, Rapid Lashes is great, but you can't go into no hand right now. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, it's not lethal yet.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. I mean, it's getting close. Like, if it would have put him in lethal of basically any top deck card, I'd consider it. Like, if it would have put him to, let's say, 5 life, I'd be like, maybe it's just worth it. I mean, you never know. You could just catch him.
Yeah.
But when it would have put him into, like, 15 or, like 13 or something, then it's just not enough.
Note that Eric did not use Barry Soul right now, and I agree with that decision because look at how much cards Minalker has. Barry Soul would not do anything.
That's a good point to bring up to maybe people trying to get into Persephone play. Barrier Soul, it's great when they're on, I think under 8 cards is where I'd say it starts getting good, and especially under 8 cards when you hit with a Mistress command so you know what they're lacking.
Uh-oh. This is DSD. And he did not face down.
I think the Jokers were removed is my guess, because he said GG right away, so I assume the Jokers got into Oblivion at some point.
That's a fair point.
So I think one thing that players need to get better at against DSD is that a lot of Manelkers are not willing to go for the Deathstrike Dragon right as they get it. So you can kind of factor out being thrown like for a turn or two, because a lot of them, because I mean basically if Manelker loses Deathstrike Dragon, he's kind of done. Like usually when you go on that plan, it's pretty all in. Like, you usually don't have a backup plan, so they're not really, like, they're going to try to dodge at least once, usually, before they go for that, or even, like, throw in a queen before they even try the mix-up or something.
Yeah, Malker totally wants to dodge into it, especially if it's already known that he's busted up your Jokers.
Right, exactly. So I feel like that is something that is exploitable, especially as Persephone, who can do really significant work with throwing the opponent. So if he's going to go for a dodge, just fearlessly throw him, and all of a sudden, it's going to make his own... He's got to second-guess himself the next time you get in that situation, because it's like, oh, if I just do my normal thing of just dodge right away, then I'm just going to get thrown, and that's bad. So maybe I have to play it right away, and then once you get him thinking about playing it right away, then all of a sudden it gets a lot worse for him, because now all of a sudden your queens or whatever else you might do as Persephone can start randomly saying win the game on them because you're going to beat DSD some percentage of the time, and then that's just horrible for him.
Interesting how Bleeding Wounds at the start of the game isn't actually that great against Persephone.
Right, I mean, for a lot of reasons, especially on a hand where she's got a good amount of knockdown like this one. She's going to have no problem recovering from this, assuming she can get any combat wins, really. Also, it's worth noting that I'm drinking pomegranate lemonade right now, and you might think that sounds really acidic or tart, but it's actually delicious.
Oops, network dropped. Here we go.
Yeah, I think throwing away Barrier Soul is the correct call. I mean, you could throw away the 5 or the 6, but I don't know, having an even and odd block sounds fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
Either way, this is definitely advantage for Manelker just on life. I mean, in terms of options, they're actually close to equal, but...
Full life versus Half-Life?
Yeah. Versus Half-Life 2. Episode 3. Never gonna come out. Oh, well.
That was the correct thing to do.
Yeah. Okay, so now... I mean, you take the knockdown just to get your 7 back, I'd guess, or even the dodge is really important too. Yeah, okay, I guess the dodge. I could see that. The problem here is that, gonna get an ace? That seems like weird timing for that. I guess he just wants to fill up his discard with another thing, because he's very optimistic that he's gonna get the second knockdown here. So I guess I like it.
Which, as Persephone, like, as you said earlier, it's pretty okay to do the greedy play there.
Right. This is a good way to get around the timer. Just pause the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, if you're Persephone, I mean, your options dodge is certainly in there. If not, wild ride. So it's either you're gonna throw or dodge, I guess. So if Melkor has a 7, then he's just kind of set. Okay. So he didn't have a 7, so he actually had to play through that mix-up, but worked out for him. Okay. Yeah, MC, unless he's got the Joker, doesn't. Oh wow, even face down. Okay, so see now here's one thing. So I remember last time we talked about how it was great to play Power Lash. In this case, when I'm down like a lot of life, I would really consider just going for the Mistress command. Like, sure, it's unlikely to work, but I just don't know how much of a chance Persephone really has of winning this game, like straight up, so to speak.
Mm.
So going for the much higher variance, but much higher payoff. I mean, the payoff if he went for the Mistress command there was enormous, really. Maybe it was worth it. Because, I mean, you have to figure that some percentage of the time, you're going to get bluffed there. I mean, yeah, you're going to get Joker there, too. If he has the Joker, he's very likely to play it. But even if he doesn't have a Joker, he still could very well face down there, and you really have to factor that in some percentage of the time. I don't know how often you want to, like care about that, but I think when I'm down almost 2-1 on life is a time where I'm definitely going to try to be optimistic and be like, oh, he totally doesn't have a Joker.
Yep. Especially when you're Persephone anyway, so just take your knockdown, recur some cards.
Okay, now he's got the double ace.
That could hurt a lot.
Yeah, she's only 2 combats away from winning, really.
That's Persephone.
Oh, it was one of them. Actually, it's kind of unfortunate, though. I don't even know if she can win next turn. She can get back. Nah, I don't think she can win next turn. Wait, she can get back a Jack? Maybe that does it? I think a Jack does it, actually. Yeah, it does. Okay, so you can get back a Jack and win.
Jack would deal 15.
Right.
So you jab into it?
Or throw, yeah. Jab or throw. Or well, see, the nice thing about that is that what I was going to say is you could also dodge, and dodging is fine because you're going to recur 4 cards. So.
Right, but it's not lethal.
Right, it isn't lethal, but recurring 4 cards is always going to probably be okay, because then you can get back Queen, Ace, Ace, like a lot of fast stuff. You can get like dodge Queen, Ace, Ace. I mean, dodge Queen, 1 Ace, and then a pair to make Ace, Ace, you know.
Pretty sure Malakir just wants to shred her hands right now.
Oh wait, he doesn't have the blackface? Oh, it's got 2 more. Oh.
Yeah.
This is a no-brainer. Okay, well, we're gonna find the suspense builds. We're gonna find out what happens. But yeah, I mean, you know, the last card's the Jack. I mean, because there's no way she bluffed with the Jack. So all you're doing by playing a blackface card is deleting the Jack. So it seems like deleting the Jack is.
Well, it's either that or you try to go for lethal. I mean, you have lethal in hand right now.
Oh, he's got like way more than lethal?
Yeah, he's got way more than lethal. He can go like King Ace. No, not King Ace, but like
Pump
Ace.
Kind of anything, basically.
Yeah.
Like custom combo. I don't actually think it's worth it though, because here's the thing: if it's not a Joker,
lethal is worth it.
No, because look, in this case, if it's not a Joker, she's got no hand at all. She's got a top deck. That's her whole hand. And if it is a Joker, then it's not lethal anyway, and now you have less cards. Like, I don't know, I just feel like putting her to 0 cards is worth not lethaling.
Plus, that's like actually lethal if he pumps it. So
if he pumps it fully, yeah.
Just pump it, man. Yep.
that was game 2. Okay, so that ends that.
Right.
2-0. Minoker wins. All right. What else do we have going on here? Oh, we can watch Flak Maniac win, of course.
Versus Persephone.
Yeah. I don't know what the password is. What is the password?
Here's the password.
That's a weird password. What do we got? Okay, so 1-up to Flak.
Flak is up 1 game, and they're starting game 2.
Yeah. Looks like first time we had a blocked queen, and then activated Barrier Soul right away after he blocked the queen. Okay, so that's not generally a good use of Barrier Soul. You don't know what his hand is, and he's on 9 cards, so not ideal.
That's a lot of special blocks in Flak's hands.
The one problem with special blocks against Persephone is that she doesn't. I mean, part of her thing here is to actually play Mistress Command in combat, like to beat things like King, which we just saw just own her for 15. And if you ever stonewall that, you're not the happiest, because it kind of feels like stonewalling a Nympho Flash. Is that like, yeah, you got rid of a nice card out of their hand, but you also dealt 1 damage.
Right. It's bittersweet.
Right. That, on the other hand, is just sweet.
That's a devastating block.
So right now, this is like tragically bad for Persephone. She kind of has nothing good going on.
If I could do like armored 10 and do like a ton of damage, or he could throw, or he could do anything really.
Yeah, and he's just kind of, this is bad. This is very bad. I think Persephone needs to get rid of those 4s. Not getting rid of them though. Okay, I think you just Power Lash here and just hope for the best. I mean, it beats Rock Armor. Like, it beats throws.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just do it. It's probably gonna get stonewalled now with the way this is going. Or it looks like it's getting attacked like biased. Poor guy.
That is painful.
Poor guy. I agree with the play though.
Yeah.
So I would definitely pay 10 life right now. Have you ever had the satisfaction of landing a Mistress Command versus Jaina, and then she has an unstable power in hand, and you have a counter in hand? Because I did that once, and by once I mean Water D only ever let it happen once. But oh man,
that's living the dream.
Oh, it was oof. And then one time I Mistress Command a Grave, and he had two Martial Masteries, and I had 2 counters. I was like, okay, so you're going to pay 20 life and discard every good card in your hand.
That is delectable.
It was just the poor guy. Or when I landed Mistress Command against
Cross up 10.
Oh my god. Cross up 10.
Everything is going wrong for Nathan.
Yeah, poor Nathan right now. But yeah, I landed a Mistress Command against the Quince who had 2 truths. And due to the way the online clients are, see, now I thought it was perfectly legit to split 5-0, but I later was told that should never be allowed. So I split it 5-0 and let him choose the 0. Give him the 5-0 split. It was not nice.
It's brutal.
But yeah, just a side note, all these stories are, the moral of these stories is, if you're against Persephone and there is something you really don't want her to activate if she hit you with Mistress Command, don't let them sit in your hand until she might hit you with Mistress Command. Just use them. Or use them in combat or whatever. Just don't let her do it. Especially if you have unstable power, because that is just the absolute worst thing in the world. Also, I've never had this come up, but can you stack unstable powers? Can you do that? I feel like you probably could.
I think you could, and like you'd get more aces on hits. That's
or
it.
in this case, take more 7s of damage.
Take more 7s of damage.
Like, so just think about the damage. If you if you made her stack 2 unstable powers, and you had a counter for both of them, that's already just from abilities. That's 34 damage besides her combat loss. That would just be just a one-shot kill, really. That you make her like throw.
Secret Wall of Vines.
Honestly, I kind of gave up on this game because it's just over.
Yeah,
it's done.
Holy shit!
You you can be put out of your misery now.
Poor Nathan. Everything went wrong.
Yeah, that was just one of those train wreck games. Just you're just behind, like you're just mentally behind the other player. It just happens sometimes. Happens to everybody. You just gotta put those games behind you, to shake it off. You just get stuck in like this wrong thinking, and you're always like a turn late, or you're always like your hand's not great, and you're just really thrown off by it, or whatever
And
it
you go
might
on
be.
tilt and stuff.
Right? Yeah. Usually tilt is how that kind of thing happens. Like the first few turns don't go the way you want them to, and then you're just like, and then it gets worse and worse and worse, and then you're dead. So, but yeah, Flack moves on. What are the games we have going on? We have Oni and DeGray. There's only one person in that game. Oh, we have Eddie Gordo versus Card Gamer in Quick Match. We expected.
Yeah, there's only one chain of tourney matches left.
Right.
So it's going to be Flag versus his friend Kana.
Okay. Yeah. So, I guess we'll watch that. Cue the Jeopardy theme. Oh, I'm excited to fly the GG button back out. Maybe I think we should do like,
oh man,
we should do like a legacy. Like every year, a different person gets the GG button for a year. Every FSX, it gets exchanged to another member.
There you go.
Never even have to change the batteries on it. And I used it quite a bit. Alright, where is this lobby? Let's go. What am I waiting for here? You say like all normal, like fuck, you're up. I'm go. Go, come on. I don't like. I mean, as much as I like staring at white screens with some characters on them, I like staring at much more colorful screens with cards on them. Wow, someone just said we need more BBB players. I think that's not a popular opinion. I think that is a sentiment not shared by the community at large.
But why? BB owns, man.
He does own. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's one of my favorites to play as. I think he's one of the most interesting and exciting um, experiences in Yomi because it's just.
I
It's
like the
just
term experiences.
like compared to like what's a good example?
Oh man, they both did their own room.
Which one do we believe? I think we're gonna believe the one with the password on it. Alright. If you don't know what the password is yet, think of energy drinks. That's my hint. I always like giving people hints for the password because it's more interesting.
There you go.
So Flack pretty much only plays Rook, is that right? I mean, he plays Jaina too, I think.
He mostly plays Rook.
I feel like, is it just me, or is there more people that only play Rook than any other character in the history of online?
That is correct. Rook is like the character for character specialists.
Yeah, I mean,
like by far.
I mean,
really
because
far.
that's how I established myself as a tournament player. I only played Rook for a while. I know, like Frick for a while only played Rook. Flack only played Rook. Nation only plays Rook. Who else only played Rook? There was definitely more people that only played Rook.
Yeah, my friend Easter only plays Rooks, but he doesn't really play online. But like, he only ever plays this. I don't know, it's something about the character design for Rook that appeals to people who like to go to the extreme.
Yeah, it does. I mean, he's got more life than anybody. He has...
No dodges is like, wow, what's
right,
going on?
It's kind of funny, though, because it might... Like, his gameplay is definitely not the most polarized, even though on its surface it might appear that way. It's actually, like, somewhat balanced, like, in terms of his, like, ratios of different moves. It's not that lopsided as you might think when you look at the character. Like, oh, no dodges, 100 life. Oh, this guy must be like really, he must just have to block every turn. Like, yeah, he blocks a lot. Probably I'd say in the top 5 most blockers, like top 5 most blocks played per game of any character. But it's not actually like an insane amount that you might think when the character has no dodges. Because I mean, special blocks are basically bad dodges.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're a lot worse than ending range, though. So this is a hype match of nothing. Oh, I see. You had to send him gold. I could have sent him gold. I have gold sitting around for whatever reason.
Gonna play the Grave and Onimaru for the first time, so I think he's going to stick with Grave there. I'll be right back.
Okay, so I guess I'll take this opportunity, considering Kona is a new player. If you're a new player and you're trying to get into the scene a little bit, you're not sure, which character you'd like yet, or which character you feel comfortable with, or things like that. My personal recommendations for starting characters: DeGray, Onimaru are probably number 1 and 2. And then if you don't want to go there, Grave is okay. Rook is pretty good. Who else is pretty solid? Trock's alright. Gwen is alright. I think those are like the second tier, but my personal number 1 and 2 would be Onimaru and DeGray. If you're a new player and you're looking to get into the competitive scene and you want someone who's maybe a little easier to get your head around and have some success with, I think DeGray and Onimaru are your 2 best bets. And I think it's no surprise that those 2 characters are pretty feared because of the fact that they are a little bit easier to get results with than some other characters. So a wider pool of players will use them to a competent level. All right.
All right, I'm back.
We have
Log versus Lightning Trap. That's like the most classic turn 1 in the history of Yomi.
Yeah. So this has actually been a heavily disputed match. So I always have felt since version 1 that this was a minor, 0.5 advantage to Rook, and that changed maybe to even in version 2 just due to a couple of the changes. But overall, definitely even at best for Grave. But other players have been claiming 6-4 for Grave, and to me that's way out there. Do you have any opinion on this? I mean, I know you don't really play either one of these guys much, but
yeah, that's the thing. I've heard about all these claims one way or the other, but I've never played the matchup as is though. So I would expect Lightning Trap to be a pretty key move there, though.
Right. It's definitely an effective move. The thing is that my main counter in version 1 to it was to just throw him turn 1 every time, and if he Lightning Traps me, okay, whatever, it's gone now. Because
that's an interesting counter.
For example, think of Waterdee's set his famous I'll jack or I'll 7 or I'll block. Well, throw is great against that because at worst I take 8 damage and your jack's gone. Otherwise you get thrown. So yay, I'll take that any day of the week. Especially because you're not actually an odds-on favorite to have jack on turn 1. So.
And Fleck is already at 12 cards.
And a life lead, and he's like a wizard with these early turns. He just always seems to have this huge advantage by turn 3. He's got double the guy's cards and a life lead. How did that even happen?
He doesn't have any jacks or aces, though, which is uncomfortable. Oh, hits with the 7.
I don't know that I've ever 7 attacked ever as Rook. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
I don't know that I've ever done that ever. Under any circumstance. I don't know that I've ever played a 7 attack.
And he can rock armor for days.
Oh, and he's got so many hearts too, so I think 10 attack just awesome here. Or just whatever else is also awesome, because, man, he's got a lot of cards.
Yeah, he's going for it.
It didn't work out, but it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. Come on, do something manly. Ah, that's manly.
That's pretty manly, yeah.
So knowing the opponent got way, way worse than it used to be, but it's still pretty good. I mean, you still have a strong incentive to play the card. The main thing that makes knowing the opponent good is that it warps how your opponent wants to play the next turn. You could still use it in a Quint style way where you reveal one thing and then you play the thing that beats the counter to the thing you revealed. So it's still effective enough because it'll still allow those things to happen. But it's less I'll just play, a 2 and then I'll just reveal a 2 and then dodge with it and then haha, I got a queen now. So it's less oppressive while it's still effective. Oh, that didn't work out at all.
Yeah. He next leveled himself.
No, he just leveled himself.
Oh man, look at that hand. Look at Kona's hand. That's That's a thing.
Oh, wow.
Three queens, two aces. Yeah. Probably what he'll do is just queen until he gets a pair,
Yeah,
just to
I
get
mean,
T-post online.
sounds good to me.
Yeah, now Flack converts his absurd hand lead into nothing. Wow, respect.
I think that when you have a hand lead and a life lead, that's the most tempting time to pass there. Because I mean, he's got to feel good. He's got to feel good about just doing the lowest variance everything. When you have a hand lead, a life lead, and are vastly more experienced than your opponent, just totally minimizing the variance is something that I can appreciate.
Right. But on the other hand, like, you can afford to spend cards. You don't care.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just I'm not even saying it's correct thinking, but the thinking is just minimize all variance at all costs.
Yeah, it's defensible. It's a move. Man,
it's just not working out.
everything is going wrong for Kona.
I think Flack's just gonna win this tournament just because he can't do anything wrong. I don't even know how he lost. He must have I don't know, disconnected or something. I mean, because everything he does just works.
Yeah, he lost to Matt. He lost to Madkin.
No, I thought he won round one. When I remember looking at it, he lost to Almit.
Ah, right.
He lost to Gwen Fraud.
Gwen, yeah. Gwen happens sometimes.
Should be a T-shirt. Sometimes Gwen happens.
And another rock armor.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, no rock armor?
Wait, really? No, he does.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was confused there because, like, who plays 7 attack without rock armor?
Who plays 7 attack with rock armor? Man, why doesn't he ever go for Hammer Fist?
I don't know.
He goes for Rolling Stone way more than every other rook I've ever seen. I almost never play Rolling Stone.
Ooh! He drew into it.
We got a real match. Man, it's gotta feel bad when you hit silent True Power Storms and you're at a life disadvantage.
Yes.
At least he rightoed the lightning.
Does Flack have lethal right now? I think he does. 18, yes, he does.
Yeah. Yeah, rook into
Jack into queen.
Yeah.
Yep, like and he goes for it.
He also... Oh, okay. He could have 8, but he didn't have another diamond. He would have had to throw away the queen for the rock armor, so that wouldn't have worked out.
Yeah, just jack it.
Yeah.
There you go. For exactly lethal. That's like the little flourish at the end.
Alright, right back into the same match.
Draws a wall of vines on turn 1.
I'm thinking about how I feel about that against Grave. I don't actually think I like it as much as just throw against Grave on turn 1. Like, against Valerie, I love turn 1 Wall of Vines if I have it, but... Ooh, went for a normal. Interesting.
Maybe he's trying to go for early Checkmate Buster? Just for the style?
What if you just went turn 1 Checkmate Buster?
Oh man, top deck's another ace.
Oh, it is a Checkmate Buster game. Come
on, yeah, he's going for it. He is totally going for it.
You know, as far as I can remember, I mean, which is probably not every instance, but I only ever remember playing Checkmate Buster twice in a tournament, and both times it hit. But I think I've literally played it twice ever, at least what I can remember.
Oh, wow, yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, you'll definitely take it. 20 damage.
Yeah.
So... Dude, you gotta do it, right?
You gotta.
See, I don't think against a new player. I don't even think it's like I don't even think they're gonna be as insulted by this as they should be. But oh man, that's funny.
That's an absurd draw. It hits.
I just got I just got these aces over here. I mean,
Yeah, he's just got the magic touch right now.
just can't. Just can't.
Look at Flack's discard.
It's a good discard pile. I don't know that I've ever seen that actually. I don't think I've ever seen this. That actually it looks beautiful actually.
Yeah, it's art.
It really looks great just having your discard pile for aces.
Man, look at his hand. He still has everything. Wow.
Oh, this is funny. Oh, I was kind of hoping for the perfect, just because it would just make sense. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know. This is like just play stuff and win at this point. Yeah, that works.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Flack just can't do anything wrong right now. I don't know. Did anyone even playtest this game? Rook's clearly broken.
And he still has like Jack into Queen.
And a
still has a special block.
And a straight.
And a straight for no reason. Like he could try to go for the 6 and then rock armor it into
a queen. Yeah.
He can do it.
Oh, he could play a 3-card straight flush. That should get you 2 aces. Can we implement that? That should be straight flushes should be just frames. That's what we should call it. Just call it just frames. Come on, that makes perfect sense. See, if I ever make like a Yomi variant, I'm gonna have straight flushes that are called just frames. And just guard will be if you block a card with the same rank and suit with the the attack of the same rank and suit with the same block. That's a just guard. You get a speed up on your next turn.
Of course.
It actually happens more than you might think. I think in most of the tournaments I cast, it usually happens once, but I haven't paid attention to it this time.
I don't think it's happened. At least not what I've seen so far.
And also, it definitely, some characters are much more likely to do it than others. Ones that like the normal a lot, much higher chance of it happening to them.
8 into Queen is lethal. Why not?
Just nothing can go right.
Note that Entangling Vines did not actually trigger. It's a recent fix.
Right. Yeah, I actually, for a while, didn't even realize that it was a bug. I just, was like, oh, yeah. I forgot we finally made that work as intended.
Come on, you got lethal in hand.
He knows he wants to jack, or to 8 rather, not jack. Yeah,
yep, that's lethal.
So Flack is just steamrolling through everything. Just get out of his. We might as well just concede the grand finals to him right now.
Alright, so Flack advances against Enteleman.
That's losers finals?
Nope.
Oh,
losers finals will be winner of that against Ultimate.
Okay. We can still watch that card gamer match. Okay, so and Tillerman is definitely a guy who likes to counterpick, so I wonder what he's going to go with versus Rook. Oh wait, what am I saying? He likes playing Lum, so I think I solved that mystery. I forgot Lum was actually his main character. So it's Rook
Oh, it's his
versus
name.
Lum. Almost definitely. So it looks like Tillerman made the lobby, so I don't know what the password's going to be then. That's a simple password.
Yep.
I like to mix up my passwords. I never use the same password twice. Alright, and like a psychic, I predicted this match.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Oh man, that's a long hand. No throws, but
No
starts with
throws
doubles.
is actually a little unfortunate versus Rook, because Rook is a character where you can actually sneak in throws on the first couple turns a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like 9 throws, because it's like maximizing your damage in the early turns. Like 9, if I have a 9 throw on turn 1, I'm like, ooh, must play it.
Also, double jackpot is cool, but maybe not like on turn 1.
Right, especially considering he lost the first one, so it's already. Well, this is not a
Yep.
good start, really. See if he gets to recur this one. If he doesn't, that's very bad. Okay, well, that's not great either. But he'll take it though. I mean, you'd rather keep the jack than pretty much anything else. The only thing worth rolling there, like in terms of like if he could just choose what he rolled, would be an ace. Other than that, you'd pretty much want to keep the jack at all costs.
He's got a triple though, so as soon as he draws a 10,
Right.
we'll see the blackjack going on.
Okay, that's a nice block. Yeah, that's the one thing is that as Rook,
There's a threat.
you have to be willing to take some risks in the early game when Lum can't necessarily punish you if you get caught. Like by turn 5, you should have thrown probably like 1.5 times or some average thing like that. Like you can't just block, because otherwise, even if Lum did attack a bunch and this and that and the other, you're not taking advantage of him when he's got an ungroomed hand, and usually his combo damage is pretty bad. So if you run into a jack on like turn 2, yeah, it sucks, but you're probably not like dead, or obviously you're not dead, but you're not probably gonna take like an optimal combo to the face. So, but as the game goes on, those jacks lead into straights, and that's a lot worse.
Yeah, like Jack right now isn't actually going to do anything interesting.
Basically, he has to risk comboing it into queen for it to do much, which I think is worth doing, because otherwise it's just really not doing much. But it's risky.
Well, it's that or like a 5.
Right. I think queen's a little better than 5, though. Yeah, I agree with this. Now
And
just
really hope that roll the dice. Yep, he gets it. So that pays off.
right. Man, he is just praying for Rook to power up sometime soon so he can just unleash these jackpots.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, either that or a draw 10.
Man, I don't agree with how Flack's doing this. Like, he's using a lot of special blocks early on, and you need to save some of those for later to make Lum respect them. It's kind of like if a BBB uses up all his dodges really early, then like the opponent's just not worried about anything later on. Like, it's kind of a similar idea. Like, when a character has very few answers to fast attacks, you really have to stagnate your usage of them, otherwise your opponent is just gonna be too safe later on in the game. Okay, that was good. Interesting that he actually threw the 7, now that I think about it. Because Lum has a 6 throw, so that could have actually lost. I guess he assumes Lum saves 6s for attacks almost exclusively, though.
Which would be pretty much correct.
Right, for the most part. It certainly would be unusual if he had 6 thrown there. But, I mean, he could do it if it was his only throw. And he actually has no throws, so if it was a 6 throw, he might have actually used it, just by chance.
I'm actually surprised Flack isn't going for rock armor here.
Yeah, he's kind of doing like all the lowest possible payoff plays all the time.
Another 10.
Yeah, it's fine though. I mean, he's already got a good amount of damage on him. At this point, he can just win with combats. And he's got these 3 7s. That's probably gonna deal at least 7 damage if he's willing to hold on to them till the power up happens. Which maybe he's not. I don't know, but if he is, that's probably gonna get him at least 7 damage.
And now Rook has too much cards, so power up is going to happen.
Right. Powers up with 7s after he threw with the 7. Maybe he should have thrown with a 6 or something. Or a 2. I mean, sure, rock armor's nice, but he hasn't even used the rock armor, so... A little indecisive, maybe. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, but he has 13 cards, so it's not even that good.
Alright. Evades the first one. Here they come. Oh, okay, evades the second one.
His hand is too big.
Well, if this was me, it would hit twice so far. Oh, wow, evades. See, that would hit at least twice against me, or if not 3 times.
And that's a lot of face cards.
Yeah. Well, when you have no throws on a 13-card hand, you're going to have some other stuff.
Yeah. Also, you could power up for Quad Ace right now. Ooh.
Man, that was risky, considering he knew about the queen.
Yeah.
Knew about the 2 queens, even.
The thing with aces is that you know that they're very obvious, but they're so shiny and sparkly that you cannot resist playing them.
Okay, well, he loses queens, so he's going to have to hit with some aces to close this game out, which is good for Flack.
Yeah, he's just going to mash normal attacks right now. Take advantage of the slow. Oh. That's actually a really good counter.
Yeah, that was... And he knew about that king, too, because he saw it with the jackpot.
Very smart counter. Cards.
Oh, yeah, you get to look at the bottom card now. That's so exciting. Apparently he's not impressed with that 9.
Aces are lethal, so...
He does not know about the Joker. He never got to see that. So it's kind of funny. So in probably like 80% of situations, Lum's ace attack is worse, but it actually is a lot better against Jokers now if you hit it in combat, because now you're getting a guaranteed 21 damage instead of a guaranteed 10 damage, which is a pretty big difference. But it's just worse than every other situation other than that.
Right.
But I just like the fact that despite the nerf, there's still some silver linings there. Like, it wasn't like every change we did to Lum, yeah, they're all overall nerfs, but they introduced some new benefits as well. So it's like a trade-off rather than just like strictly like, just like lowering the damage or something like that. So it
that's an interesting property of like how the Jokers work and all.
Right. It's definitely something that people might not realize right away. Okay, here comes a rock armor. Wow, I just realized he went for the queen instead of aces when he could have prevented this whole thing. If you're a rook, you just do it, right? I mean, you just got to do it. I think, yeah, you can't. You just can't. Wow, it keeps going.
Wow. Why? Why? Why?
I don't know.
Why are you not taking your damage?
I don't know.
Do you hate damage?
I think you take the heal here. I mean, drawing a card's good and all, but yeah.
Man, he just wants to do damage now.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, rips the fourth queen. I mean, he
And
has gone through most of his
draws
deck,
the second joker.
Ooh.
So I don't know. He might just hit.
It's actually not far-fetched for this game to go to time over based on how few throws Lums has. Like, if Rook was willing to just block a ton, this could actually... Ooh, that's very nice for Rook. Because now he's actually going to have a life lead for once in this game.
He hates damage.
He's allergic to damage, actually. It really clogs up his sinuses whenever he deals damage, so he tries to avoid it.
He's a pacifist.
You should be playing Arg, because he'd get a lot more overall damage in. That should be like a challenge mode, the minimization challenge, where you gotta do the least damaging combo every time. Wow, that took guts. I don't even know if that was correct, even though it worked.
No, I'm pretty sure it was correct, because like he has two jokers. What is he going to escape from?
He's gonna escape from any random hit, really. I don't know. I have no idea.
And the double ace is like pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, if you're confident in the double ace, I mean that's fine. This is getting awkward. I mean, their aces clash, which actually
doesn't favor anyone.
Yeah, I'd say it favors in this spot it probably favors Lum just because he's faster. Like after the aces clash, so like them both being like one hit lethal is better for the guy who's faster, probably.
Yeah. Oh, and Lum has in theory poker, so he could. Deal lethal with that, except he keeps drawing his stands off of roll the dice. So.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
So he's got the Joker for this, which he's definitely going to slam down, I think.
Yeah, you definitely want, because these kings are going to hurt.
Yeah. Oh, wow, and he's going to get the Joker. Nice. Right.
Now, what's going to happen with roll the dice here? After his rock armor combo.
What does he have for rock armor? He's got 10 jack. Nice. That's heavily damaging. Of course, the other Joker comes out. Yeah, I agree with just playing into it here. It's actually kind of bad too, but I agree. I think because I mean he's at one. Oh, you see, oh god! Let's talk about it. 2 cards to draw him. He draws him a 10 and a Joker. Oh god. Draws him a 10, and then he recurs all of it. Oh god, that was not good. That just saying that wouldn't happen if he didn't play into it.
Poker.
Like, is it possible to just pass there if you're Rook? I mean, he hasn't revealed a Joker in 50 cards of his deck.
And Tillerman did not do the power-up trick to play blackjack as fast as possible.
Weird. I guess he's just gonna do it like this. Man, I actually think that Flack should have taken advantage of that. I think he should have taken a risk there.
Yeah, definitely.
I guess he couldn't have killed with a throw, actually, so maybe never mind. That would have been pretty sad.
Well, I mean, Flack doesn't know how many aces exactly Lum has, right?
Is that true? I don't remember.
Although it's a pretty big tell if he's powering up 3 kings.
Right. Is there a Stonewall here? No, there's no Stonewall. Okay. Uh-oh. This could be really bad for Flack. He just drew a king. That could be the end of him.
Uh-oh, they could clash here.
Oh. Please, no. I don't want to replay game 1. Oh, no, that's it.
They are not clashing.
Oh, wait, what? He dodged? He didn't Great
Oh.
Pandemonium? Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
I thought for sure he Great Pandemoniumed.
Yeah, me too. Oh, wow. Exciting.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I was certain he was mashing that double ace.
Wait, why would you even ace dodge there? Why wouldn't you just normal dodge?
I don't know.
That's actually wrong, because you could theoretically, first off, I mean, if Rook just blocked there, then that's worse. And
you can dodge into double ace, and that's lethal.
Right, yeah, and Rook had no jokers left, so. Yeah, that was actually just a bad dodge regardless. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's just such a good play.
That's
for
a turn on throw.
Yeah, that's just really good for Lum.
And now Fleck is going to be racist, I guess.
Oh, does he have? He has the racist? Oh my god.
He has the racist.
I really feel like I should have gotten some kind of award for performing the racist combo at Fantasy Strike Expo last year. Even though you jokered it, I still want an award for doing it. No, yeah, here comes. Here comes. I mean, the only character that does it better than Rook is Midori, I think. But those two just do the racist better than anybody.
It's a combo, man.
Yeah. There should be a secret ability, like there should be like a joke version of the Kings that like it's like they have combo points and they're like it says like you may combo this in next turn's combat like, like only with another king.
Here it comes, the full racist. He got it. It's a combo.
It's just not. The racist never work or never fails, unfortunately. I don't know what that says about our game that we designed here, where racism is the best play, but that always works. Oh man. For those of you who don't get it, yeah, he played a K and then a K and then a K. Okay. Anyway, moving on.
Fleck has rock armor in hand, so that's a thing. He doesn't have anything else interesting, really, but...
Lum has 2 jokers. That's interesting.
Yeah, and Fleck has 1 joker.
That's a lot of jokers. Oh. So you
Okay,
combo to queen
Fleck.
here. Yeah, combo to queen. And roll the dice. Oh, that is the best roll of dice possible. Ooh, sees a 10 on the bottom. That is certainly one he wouldn't mind getting. I wonder if, psychologically, even if you don't consciously make the decision, if you see a really nice card on the bottom as Lum, if you're more likely to attack because you want to try to trigger roll the dice and draw it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, ooh,
I know it would work on me.
Gotta get that roll the dice. Come on, 2. Come on, 3. Oh, he actually drew a 2, so that was a normal block. He actually would have gotten a 10. So that stonewall preventing preventing the chip damage actually better than he probably thought. Because that was gonna be a 10 in Lum's pocket.
Assuming he would hit roll the dice 2 or 3.
But no, he drew a 2, so it would have been. He drew a 2 the next turn.
Oh, he drew a 2.
Yeah.
Right. Oh man.
Would have actually got the combo right away. Roll the ace, look, roll the 2 right after. That would have been like
Professional Lum.
just as designed.
Yeah, he goes for it.
Okay.
He doesn't have any real combo. He just wants to roll the dice.
He actually has no combo. I don't even think it's worth playing the 4.
I don't know. Probably not. But maybe?
Hey, he wants to roll the dice. Nope. This gets a slow instead. He's like, I don't want this stupid slow. I want my 10. Oh, he draws a 10 anyway.
Yeah, so now he's going to play like some random thing and then power up for the aces.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I like that. While you're slowed down, I mean, Lum's definitely more likely to go for an attack or throw. So not a bad time to sneak in a joker.
I agree.
I definitely have to get a little used to jokers being less good against Lum as rook now because of the Great Pandemonium change. They're just not as relevant. Now you joker 24 damage instead of 36 damage. That's a big difference.
Assuming Lum has the
Right. Assuming he's fully loaded. Because usually in the match, like previously in version 1, for example, I would pretty much only save jokers for the late game like that.
Mm-hmm.
But now, yeah, I mean, it's a little more reasonable to use them more flexibly.
Jackpot on 12 card hand. Yeah, maybe.
If it was me, it would hit. So, I mean, like, I wish I just like somehow had like a magical version of like Fraps that recorded every time Jackpot was played against me automatically, and I could just make a montage of it because it's. I'm thoroughly convinced I'm the unluckiest player against Jackpot in the history of this game.
Why did he play 8 attack?
He was going for the fences. I guess he was worried about like.
It would go into a single king and that's it.
Right. I guess he wanted to attack and he didn't want to use the king up, and therefore there was not really much else to use. I mean, his attack options were very narrow. It was either the king or that, basically.
Or aces.
He didn't have this. He just top decked the second ace, actually.
Oh. So
yeah,
now he
quads.
got. Yeah, that's very good for Lam.
Yeah, this is a really close game, actually. Maybe even slightly Lum favored because he has another joker waiting. I'm not sure if I'd call it Lum favored, but it's close to being. Oh, that's actually crazy. Wait, does hand limit happen before poker flourish? Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, because that'd be hilarious if it somehow did. I'll just discard the last ace and then poker flourish. It's like
Is he
the
going
power.
to just match that dodge? No.
Mm.
What did he play?
He played a6. I'm
A6.
assuming throw. Oh, it was a 9. Wait, where did 6 go? Oh, he discarded the 6.
Right.
Okay.
But what's going on here with his poker flourish?
He doesn't like poker flourish, apparently. I mean, I guess technically it's not wrong to wait because, I mean, it's not like Rook's dying anytime soon.
Maybe he just wants to hit with Great Pandemonium?
Right.
I don't know, though. He's just throwing.
Oh, well, he's just getting punched in the face.
Why?
I'm just imagining, like a live-action role player dressing up as Rook and then just swinging his fist and going, 10! Or he does like a little shin kick, 4!
That was
he just announce.
That's Joker prevented. Another poker flourish.
Yeah,
Man, he could go to town right now.
He really needs to start playing poker.
Yeah, just power up.
Yeah, just do the ace trick. Just do the ace trick, because it's
just do it.
You just have to. I mean, it makes perfect sense with his hand size too. No, he just doesn't want to. Wow, he has never hit a jackpot here. I think this is actually the point where he's officially unlucky to never hit any of these.
Fleck really likes to keep big hands. It's a pretty okay defense against jackpots.
Yeah. Okay, finally. And there is no joker, but I guess he's just gonna have to follow through because he just doesn't have the time to wait. Wow, doesn't face down? I think that's a little silly.
Ooh, no face downs.
I think no face down's a little ridiculous. Rolls the 5th ace.
Fleck really, really likes cards.
oh, that's bad for me, actually.
Actually.
Yeah, getting hit by True Power Storms is pretty bad, turns out.
And now he's slow.
Oh, that's bad for me. That's a good line.
What do we even do here? Entangling Vines, I guess?
You could just go for lethal. Wall of Vines.
Oh, Wall of Vines is lethal.
Yeah.
But it's slow.
Right, but it's lethal.
But it's slow, so it wouldn't work.
Did he have a rock armor there? He did. He actually had a 7 rock armor. 7 of spades would have killed. I would have just done that. I mean, why not? I mean, he's got no aces left, so unless he dodged, it's safe.
Well, it's a 777, so we can go Wall of Vines, power up Wall of Vines.
I don't think that's as good as rock armor. I mean, Lum had confirmed that specific turn had confirmed 0 aces, right?
I guess.
I don't know. I feel like if I know my opponent has no aces, I am just playing rock armor.
Man, look at that hand. It's full of power-ups.
Yeah. So this is wait, I just realized in Tellerman, I don't think he played an ace. Which is kind of surprising. If you're a rook here, you just got a Wall of Vines, right? I mean, you're just priced into it. It's just too attractive not to.
Yeah, like
It's just too good looking.
it's just too good.
Yeah.
It even does 3 chip.
Oh well, one thing though, there are queens left, right? There's one queen left. Okay, one queen is kind of not that likely. But if there was more queens left, then that's a real reason not to do it, right? That's like when two like a freight train is coming at another freight train and then they both stop short. It's just block happen. Full housed him? Okay. I mean, when you have an extra 10 to spare, might as well. Um, yeah, stuff.
He went for it. And this time, Lum doesn't have a queen. So...
Yeah, the only way that can go wrong is a dodge. Otherwise, he's pretty okay with the outcome. Getting it blocked is not great, but it's not the end of the world. Oh, it is getting dodged.
Yeah.
Well, this can't be lethal, but it's not going to be good.
I'm not sure how right of a play it was compared to like just a regular dodge, but it works.
I think it's interesting. I guess the reason why he didn't want a regular, or like he wasn't favoring regular dodge, is because Great Pandemonium in combat, when you know Rook's got Wall of Vines, is not attractive.
He's got a straight if he wants to, but it's not very good.
Yeah, I don't think straight does anything. If it was a full house, that'd have been the game.
Yeah.
But he could have straighted for the last jackpot. Went for that. Actually, maybe that was worth it. I mean, you know, Rook just took 2 aces. Uh-oh, I don't think Antillerman got the card he wanted.
Yeah, he just timed that. That does it. Come on, man. We saw you clicking on all these cards up until like 2 seconds before. That's not a lag out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that Flak Maniac wins, and we're gonna move on to the next match.
All right, next one is Ultimate versus Flak.
I swear to God, if my 2 potential co-casters are in the grand final, so I have to solo cast it, I'm gonna be a little salty. So you're excited for the no practice except with Astaroth allowed Soul Calibur 5 tournament?
Oh my!
Yeah, I had to make an amendment to the rules. You're allowed to practice as Astaroth only, leading up to this tournament.
That's an interesting addendum.
Because Sterling made a very compelling argument that it wasn't fair otherwise, so to make it more fair. It turns out that Natsu, even without the online lag, is still way too good. Turns out. I don't know if there's any prizes for this tournament, but let's see if you win any more gold to add to your pile of infinity. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, Flack's diligent with his password messaging.
This might be another Rook vs. Gwen match.
I think that's what this is. This is actually a run back from the winner's bracket. Yeah, Flack lost 1-2 last time.
Right. And then no matter who wins, it'll be a run back against me. Oh no, I didn't play Flack in this tournament yet. So it's not a run back if he wins.
Well, based on the fact that he can't do any wrong, I'm assuming he's going to win.
The magic touch, man.
Yeah, I feel like when Rook's got the magic touch, just get out of the way. Because Rook with the magic touch just doesn't lose, ever.
Yep.
Yeah, surprise to no one. Wow, we're having a lot of character specialists today.
That's an awkward Gwen hand. I guess you're queen? Maybe?
You know, it's kind of funny. Gwen has a lot of awkward turn 1 hands. I think the majority of Gwen 1 hands are not exciting.
Yeah, that's why when I play against Gwen, usually I will try to attack, because I assume that her attacks are too awkward to use.
Sure, I mean that's fine. Like I know one of the reasons I stopped playing Gwen like early on into like testing her, like and left it to other people was like I was like I just want to block every time. I was like that can't be good.
Just, why would I want to block?
Right, I was like wait, I feel like the fact that I want to block means I don't know what the hell I'm doing, so I'm just gonna let other people figure this out. Turns out blocking on turn 1's actually mostly fine because you generally don't have any good combo on turn 1.
You can usually dodge though. Like, yeah, her dodges are not so great, but it's not like it's costing you a lot of cards.
Right. Yeah, the knockdowns. Gwen really likes knockdown because her 2 is so good.
Right.
Man, it's kind of funny how many like I wouldn't say joke suggestions, but how many things I said like that I figured we'd have to like really refine because they were obviously like too good. Ended up just getting thrown, and I was like, "Oh yeah, let's make her have X.0 normals." If people are saying she's too slow, and they're like, "Oh great, let's do it." I'm like, "Wait, what?" Or like BBB's junk shot. I was like, this thing just isn't good. Let's just make it 2.2 speed. And they're like, "Oh yeah, great, awesome." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
It turns out it's awesome.
I was like, wait, we're actually gonna do that? I thought that was like way too like I just threw that out as like a pretty much just like throwing it out in there in the air, not expecting it to be an actual idea. They're like, no, ship it. 2.2 speed it is. So I guess a little story on Gwen's King. Initially, Sterling's intention for it was to actually be pretty slow, like maybe as slow as like 3.0 speed. But it kept kind of creeping up faster and faster and faster. And then eventually it arrived at like maybe like 2.0 speed, I think it was. And I was like, at 2.0 speed, it beats most things, like most face cards, but it still loses to Lum's Coin Toss and
Setsuki's J.
yeah, and Setsuki's Esper Dash. I was like, let's just bump it up a little more. So it ended up going from like what was intended to be a slower special to being a super duper fast one. But whatever, I think the art captures it well. I mean, she looks like she's going 1,000 miles an hour, so that's fine.
That's unfortunate. Man, Flack.
Like how Street Fighter always has like evil Ryu and stuff. We should make like not zombie Gwen. That'd be like a cool, like bonus character. I wonder how she would fight. It'd definitely be more aggressive than Gloria, I think.
That's a pretty okay block. Man, the triple ace. She kind of wants to play it, but kind of doesn't, because that two throw from Rook is just going to outspeed her.
Yeah. This combo's not insane, but it's still good damage. Anything, if you're like using most of your combo points and then playing an ace-ace, it hurts a lot.
Yeah, that helps. You're probably better off even like playing normal throw, thing, ace-ace.
Yeah, I mean, like, pretty much, like, because Gwen always has, like, her high normals in hand, so she usually can fill out combos like that, like, throw into whatever, into ace-ace, pretty well.
There you go.
Like that.
Exactly. 6 ace-ace. Like, that's way better than triple ace.
Yeah. I think you were in your match when I was talking about it, but I was just mentioning, like, hey, if you're, like, a new player, the characters I recommended, my number 1 and 2 recommendations were DeGray and Onimaru, but then I also threw around Gwen, I think, is probably the easiest to play of, like, the aggressive characters. I mean, I guess DeGray is aggressive too, but in a different way.
Yeah, they're straightforward, though.
Right. I think Gwen's fairly easy to get your head around, though. I mean, you have stuff. That makes it a lot easier when you just have stuff. Like Satsuki, Satsuki is funny in that once you understand her decision making, like trees, like understand the different things you could be doing, then she's actually really easy to play. But until then, she's like really like weirdo and confusing. But Gwen is much more smooth to learn. Like the learning curve's not like this jagged, like thing where it's like flatline for a while.
So many special blocks. And Flack is holding double ace. That could be like almost lethal.
Functionally, I think if he hit with it, he'd have to live for 2 extra turns. So I guess that, could Gwen even kill him in 2 turns? Probably.
Yeah, she can. Gwen hits hard.
Well, now the ace-ace would be lethal, because now if an ace-ace hit, then he just blocks the next turn. That's it.
Right. If lethal?
Well, technically you'd have to do the block next turn, but yeah, he very much could.
Well, okay.
No respect. Wait, does he have a rock armor with that 7? Oh, he does. Oh, you definitely 7 here, I think. I guess I could run into a Chains of Ice though, and that's a problem. Chains of Ice is a concern, but other than that, 7 looks pretty good. Why? Why 6 and not 7? Oh, why? What are you doing? Oh no, that was. I think that's just wrong. I mean, what's Gwen more likely to do here? Normal block or Healy block? Like, come on. I mean, unless you were expecting the next level, unless that was a next level attempt, which I mean, that's the kind of thing where we don't know. Only he ever really knows if he was just trying to next level. But
yeah, that 10 block is something you have to have on your mind when you knock down Gwen.
Right.
He goes for it. It doesn't work.
Well, he can get it back. No, wow. He broke. Wait, he broke. Man, he also broke up his pair of 6s to do that. So I really don't like that.
Yeah.
I really don't.
That's
like
unfortunate. That's a pair of queens.
Oh, he has the. He could just rock armor again. Hearts.
Okay. Yeah, he could.
Okay, avoids the Chains of Ice.
Good play.
Well, avoids quote unquote. I mean, does get relentless strikes too. But that
it was close to being
funny
the
enough,
best.
he actually could have hammer fisted to kill him, but
yeah,
good luck making that read.
That's
good luck.
That's
with that.
a read.
Yeah,
now powers up.
Get rid of those hammer fists, please. What?
No. Huh.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, Ultimate has like he's got lethal and anyway.
This is like the longest Gwen game I think I've ever seen. He's got 12 cards left in his deck.
Yeah, Gwen has a 3-way mix-up into lethal here.
Yeah, this is bad. Actually, Rook does too, technically. Oh, I guess not block, because he doesn't have any special blocks, but... Got a 2-way, which is good enough.
Could have worked.
Wow. I got it. He said checkmate because his name's Rook. Oh.
And I think you're only allowed to say checkmate as a catchphrase if you actually hit with checkmate buster.
What if we just programmed it so that it automatically said that if you hit checkmate buster?
Automatically give quotes from the bots sometimes when you play stuff.
I know someone mentioned voice acting for like the characters. I think that'd be amazing, but you know, budgets and stuff.
Right.
I mean, I'd be more than happy to do like all of the voices, especially the female characters, because I can do it great.
Especially the female characters.
Right, I'm just thinking like I could do like a really good Gwen. You know, I'm sure.
Look at that Gwen throw. It's
blam.
Turn 1 Gwen throw is like one of the most predictable things ever, just because of the way she works.
Right. Especially against Rook, where it's like you're just going for like the maximum like irony of what you might expect based on the archetypes, but actually in reality it's like the most normal thing. That was an interesting decision by Flack to turn his Joker upside down. I'm not sure how I feel about that play. It was right side up, and he wants that upside down. I don't know why, but that's what he opted for.
It's a secret code for his subconscious. I don't know that I agree with playing that 3 there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just one of those things where it's pretty much always wrong to throw away a card for less than like he got. Wait a minute! I just thought that was strictly bad because if he pumped the king with it, it was worth 1 more damage.
Right. Okay.
But even then, is it worth 4 damage? Probably not. But
yeah. Okay. He says it was a misplay. Oh well. You'll know it for next time.
Yeah, it's making mistakes is perfectly fine as long as you don't do them more than once, unless they're like really hard things to notice. Then you can do them maybe like 5 times before it's bad. I don't know if I'm going. I'm just mashing Queen Hero because I'm scared. Well, let's get some.
6.
He can actually do a nice combo. He can actually do Links of Ice into 5 Ace. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. It's good damage.
Very efficient. For a low card size.
Yeah. All those hits did significant damage. It's kind of funny. People say Gwen's aces are bad, but context is everything because they're really good.
The thing is, she basically always has aces.
Right. So, like, if they were imagine if they were good and she always had them, that would just be ridiculous. Like, imagine if she just had like Graves Ace.
I really agree with that rook throw there, by the way. Like, it was pretty clear that Gwen's hand was low
right.
and had awkward attacks because of her previous combo.
Right.
So throwing that was like, yeah, A+, slam it down.
No relentless strikes to play there.
Unfortunate.
So I guess I could do a quick anecdote about Gwen's innate ability. It used to be different. Basically what used to happen is if she hit you with a non-ender, then she could continue her block string, essentially her blocked combo, and all the moves in it would deal their chip damage, and then the last move would hit, like if you used all of your combo points. But the problem we had with that was it turned out, and the most practical use for it was to just play like a king, then like a jack, and then a queen, and then the queen hits. And we were like, wait a minute, what is this actually translating to in terms of the flavor of the game? So she's hitting you with some special attacks, and then all of a sudden her queen just hits you while you were blocking? That actually makes no sense.
Especially her aces. Oh, man.
Yeah, you could do the aces too. The aces and the queen were both things that were common and made really no sense for her to be able to mix you up with while you're just blocking. So we eventually reworked it, and it was a nerf, and people were really like not happy about that. They were like, "Hey, this is weaker now. This isn't as fun." But ultimately, it made no sense the way it was, and now it actually works out fine, and it's a good. It just works with the character. It's a fine power level, and everyone's pretty much happy with it.
I like that bluff. Spends a card to avoid 5 damage.
Yeah, Gwen's pretty good at bluffing. She's not the queen of bluffing because that still belongs to Satsuki, but she's probably second best at doing bluffs that are actually pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah, especially like unlike Setsuki, she actually can keep her joker in hand for a long time.
Right.
Ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Peeled the 5. Peeled the 5 off the normal draw.
Yeah, slam it down.
Peeled the 5.
Well.
See, that's what. No, so I guess I can go to another real quick one. So, a really early version of what is now the normal draw rule used to be whenever you hit with a normal, you get to draw a card.
Oh my god.
So, it was like playing a slot machine. Every time like you hit, you just like rolling the dice, hoping to find the next normal. It was really fun. So when we were like, we're like, okay, this is way too broken, but what can we do about this? And I was like, well, this one factor is actually really fun where you hit with the normal, and then you try to draw into the next normal that you need, and that's super exciting when it happens. So we should try to keep that in some form. So I kind of made sure that by the end of the end product still had that chance of that thing happening. And as we just saw, I'm sure that was a lot of excitement for Ultimate when he ripped that 5.
Rock armor.
Yep.
Look at all these clubs.
I don't agree with getting rid of the 4 when you could have ace-ace.
Yeah, I would have gotten rid of the
The
2.
2, yeah, you don't need the 2. I mean, sure, you have no throws, but yeah, Gwen doesn't know that.
Jokers, man.
And well, he also broke up his yeah, he can't. Now he just has nothing. I don't know. I feel like he's making some questionable calls with that.
Gwen still has a Joker.
Yeah, that's not great for Flack. Queen is
Joker, triple
Queen's not actually
X.
not lethal. Queen's 1 point short. He's gonna go for it anyway. It doesn't work. Now a queen would be lethal. So if you're Flack here, do you just do the power up force trick just to trick him?
Probably. Like, the fours
I'm a
aren't
fan
going
of
to do
this.
anything
Oh,
else.
rips an ace, so he can do it next
It
turn.
could have worked.
Stonewall, definitely the right play. Okay, gets 6 damage. It's not bad. It's not great. I mean, Gwen still has a lethal opportunity. The only way that's going to be spoiled is if Rook gets a Joker here, which is did he use both? No. So he could top deck the other one. Doesn't. Okay, so this is just kind of it right now. Who's going to guess right? Who's going to get the star? I don't actually have a clue what Gwen played. Looks like it wasn't an ace. I know that. No star. Oh, wait, what?
Joker?
That
What?
was not a play.
What? What? I don't get it.
Okay,
Why?
okay, so it must have been that he was expecting a special block and he just wanted like a safe turn,
Yeah,
right?
but
I mean,
it's not safe.
well, it is safe, right? Because a special block, I mean, there's nothing that could damage him there, right? When you play Gold Burst, because Rook special blocks don't work against Jokers.
Okay, now that's a real play. And
Actually,
now
now
he
that I
doesn't
think of,
have
like,
Joker.
I mean, like, okay, we'll put it this way. I think that Joker makes a lot more sense than I initially gave it credit for, because think about it like this. So Rook might play Wall of Vines, or he might play some throw that you're not sure of, or he might play like a special block. The Joker actually covers all those, and if it's the Wall of Vines, now that's gone. And it's pretty much a free roll for Gwen, because she can't really blue burst anything anymore.
I guess, but then, as we saw, then she loses her chance to escape.
Right, but I'm not sure that she would have really had a good use for that. I mean, Rook doesn't have dodges, and that'd be the main use for it in that kind of situation, because
Oh man, turn one Wall of Vines.
I love it.
It's happening.
It's really good against Gwen, I think.
It is.
Especially
I don't know
because
about turn one, but it's good.
I think part of Gwen's turn 1 range is a high normal to beat king sometimes. I mean, you have to be worried about Rook's king, right?
Right.
And it definitely, shuts those out as well as the throws. Let's just see if he draws natural quads again in like the first 10 turns. Because that was a boon. Granted, I think he was heavily favored in that match anyway, but drawing the natural quads in 10 turns was nice.
Oh, that was a throw.
I don't know about these early Stonewalls versus Gwen. I don't know. Like, if it reflects even a queen, that's not great. I don't know, I feel like Stonewall is actually better used as, like, I don't know if I want to say power-up fodder, but just kind of leave it hanging around, I guess. Like, not a card I'm really ever excited to use. That's not good. Just hoping for the odd cross up there, I guess. Or maybe Chains of Ice.
Six ace.
But yeah, Stonewall's pretty much only, like, outright good against Ace. Or Chains of Ice is acceptable. But once you start getting down to, like, the 6 damage, it's very unremarkable.
The main thing is that it avoids relentless strikes.
Right. Man, double limb tournaments just take forever.
She has 555. But if she wants to relentless strikes here,
I think it's worth relentless strikes thing.
Yeah, it probably is. 5 damage instead of 1 ace.
Yeah, I think that's okay because it's guaranteed.
Right.
Uh-oh. Now, this is interesting because Rook probably doesn't have a great combo if you're in this situation. Oh, so he did. I really like the bluff. I was about to say, I don't really think it's worth spending your real joker at this stage.
Mm-hmm.
And Rook has a really hard time calling out that bluff, so.
5 attack.
Worried about that king. Rook hasn't actually seen many kings in this set, has he?
5 doesn't beat king.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what that was for. He broke up his pair.
He's going for nation stuff there. Didn't work. The funny thing is, if he went for the real nation, the 4 attack, it actually would have worked. So, Ultimate never, he never uses his queens in the early game, so he always, every game I've seen him, he ends up with a stockpile of queens later in the game. That's pretty hard to deal with, especially when you have Joker backup. That hurts a lot.
Yeah, that's a Gwen combo.
Now he's left with 3 queens and a Joker. Not a bad spot to be in versus Rook.
Yeah, just match those queens.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems kind of good to me. We
Just
said
queen.
just smash those queens.
QQ more.
Dude, just play the queen. He's going for not queen again. And it did not work.
I mean, what are your queens going to do if you're not going to play them now?
They're going to get 2 aces. Oh, here comes one. Oh, he's got the rock armor, which... Oh, wait, this is lethal. He won.
Rock armor for lethal?
Yeah.
He's got Joker, though.
He's got 10 damage plus Plague.
He's got a Joker.
But he's got 10 damage. He's only got 12 life, so he's just dead.
Yeah. Okay. It does it. Flack.
The only way out there was to gold burst. Or to have an ace in hand and then... Oh, he did have an ace. He could have dash
Yeah, he did have an ace.
Could have dash gorgered. Probably should have, actually. So I have no co-caster.
Good luck with that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna remember. I'm just gonna advertise. You know, if someone wants to like send me some money, I'll just choose you as my co-caster, and then you'll win the tournament. Because that's apparently, I mean, if we're looking at historical data, if I choose you to be my co-caster, you're just gonna make it to the finals and not be able to co-cast instead. Just speaking factually, using logic and such. All right, and it's grand finals time. Uh, Shout out to anyone still around because this has definitely been a long tournament. We're over the 3.5 hour mark now, I believe. Um, Man, it's been a while since I've done a long one because mostly we do single elim these days or Swiss. But yeah, this is old school double elim. Just waiting for the finale to show up. So we're gonna see some BBB versus Rook. That sounds exciting. I want to see some Troc versus Rook. Can we get some manly stuff going on here? So things I haven't seen this tournament at all. Not saying that they weren't picked, just that I haven't seen them. 0 Quince, 0 Gloria, no Zane actually, no Onimaru. I know Onimaru was picked at least once, but didn't see it. Didn't see Troc, didn't see Vendetta, didn't see Setsuki, didn't see Jaina, didn't see Geiger. No Gloria, no Gwynts, so I'm sad because those are my favorites. I did see BBB though, who's another one of my favorites, but no Gloria or Quince makes me sad. All right, lobby is up. Boom, in there. How's IRC doing? By the way, this is our IRC channel. If any of you people out there interested in Yomi want to discuss it or just whatever, just hang out with a bunch of nerds and other cool people, you can find that on from Serlin's blog. There's a link there. Yeah, it's a cool place and stuff. But yeah, this tournament, I think that the lessons to be taken from it are that number one, learn the matchups. I think that that might sound obvious, but the thing is that there's a lot of cases in this tournament where people weren't conscientious of specific speed differences in given matchups that really make a big difference, like knowing like especially with aces, knowing when to power up for aces because of what your opponent can do to defend against them, like just opponent specific character. It's very important. Also knowing what each player's kill range is, so knowing when to spend more cards to get them into that kill range versus when to be more reserved. Actually, there's been pretty much no mocking at all. Laughing. Uh oh. Next leveled. So, neither one of them played their mains. They both went for the counter pick, but Flack came out on top of that exchange. Historically, I guess I really should just talk about the matchup at large, but I gotta talk about the history of this matchup because it's funny. So this match, um, when I first started working on beta, which is probably a year and a half ago now, when I started seriously working on it. I mean, I had played with the characters before then, I think, but I believe it was about a year and a half ago where I seriously started really working on the balance and the design, um, and it was this match was a total disaster. It was probably like, I don't know, 9-1 in Janet's favor. Um, she could just do absolutely anything and just destroy him. Sterling actually mentions this in his blog a little bit about this match, but he only goes into the more recent changes we did to make this match genuinely fair. But for a while, it was just not even remotely okay. It was actually hilarious. Very quickly, it became infamous. Like we tried to test it once, and we are like, wait a minute, we can't test this. This is just not even playable. And it became somewhat of a running joke for a while. But yeah, now it's at a point where to get into the strategy of the way it works now. So Jaina, she has a lot of attacks that slip under BBB's normals, and since his normals are what give him range in the early game, um, he has to counter all these moves. Blocking is a fine answer, but it doesn't get him that far ahead because of Burning Vigor. Jaina's innate ability lets her get those attacks back, so it's a minor thing that it's a minor advantage for him, but it's not a big deal. Really, what he wants to do is play aces as such. Like Beta Thrust is great for counter poking Jaina's 2 or her king. 2 right here, king right here. And then she also can jack, or BBB can also jack to deal with her 2 and trade with her king favorably. So you see, here's the other problem with blocking. So once you get tamed into blocking, then Jaina can throw, and her throws actually can deal sizable damage, or in this case, as we're seeing, lead to straights, which is actually very good for her. Okay, it was jokered, so this is not that bad. But nonetheless, gives him an ace. Pretty useful. Ooh, draws a queen. He might just play that right away. Wouldn't be surprised if he did. Yep. Ooh, smacks another ace. That's very, very rough for Thilo. Because that was the first turn of the game that happened as well. So he's kind of getting snuffed out on these aces. So yeah, the counter play. So the initial counter play is that actually it's the counter play. Yeah, it's the counter play. So the initial play is for BBB to normal, and then the counter to that is for Jaina to 2 attack, and then the counter to that is to ace is BBB, and then the counter to that is to queen as Jaina. So that was going pretty deep there, but yeah, it works out just right for Flack in that situation. Oh, gets a dodge in there. It's good. Does trigger Smoldering Embers. Overdrive. Alright, so I guess I can go into Overdrive a little bit. It's a pretty complicated ability. So basically, it buffs up all of his face cards to deal 3 more damage and then get different bonuses. His Jack gets the bonus of the long arm attack on it, being uninterruptible except by knockdowns, which is great for oh god. Oh man. Oh, boom. Shakalaka. That's not what you want as BBB. Oh, this is getting Joker though. That's mean. But okay, so it buffs up his Jack to be uninterruptible, basically giving him a very reliable way of dealing damage unless the opponent blocks or dodges. His Junk Shot Queen is unblockable. Sets at range. You can really set it up well with a knockdown because then they can't dodge it either. So it's like, ooh, I can't block it, can't dodge it. What am I gonna do? So that's pretty great. And then his king, you can get range even if you dodge. So all of a sudden now he can king throw you. He can play the king itself, or he could dodge into it, which leaves him with a 50-50 mix-up at close range to set range, and it also opens up the long arm better. So it's quite confusing all around. Oh, that's no bueno. Extensor grab should kind of never outspeed another throw. Like that's kind of bad. Like I don't know if he had the 6, but if he did, then that's not too great. Okay, gets out of it. Uses up a red dragon there. 0.8 speed for 10 damage. He is in Burning Desperation, so he gets to buy that back. I think he should get quads here. I guess he doesn't care. I think quads would have been good because it makes his dodges lethal. Oh, just going for the... Whoa. See that yeah, he really should have made his he should have gotten quads. That's a huge mistake. He does not need these kings or these 2s. Doesn't need them. Okay, he's gonna get the dodge, but should have lethal right now and instead doesn't. So it's big misplay, I think. But there is always the one upside to that, which is that if he had gotten the quads, maybe Thilo wouldn't have tried that. So there's always like the what if scenario going on. Still would rather have kings than an ace. All right, I don't understand, but don't understand at all. But people are pretty passive with powering up this tournament. Not sure why. Goes for the king. Yeah, that was an ace. They totally kill him right now. But instead it's not, and now an ace kills him actually, so it's just way worse. Now he can dodge into. Wow, this is if Flack loses this, that's kind of a huge throw. Oh boy, he's gonna get dodged. He's dead. There's no way Thilo doesn't dodge. There's no way he's gonna dodge into this queen, and then Flack's dead, which was kind of a. He really screwed this one up. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Oh man, feels actually. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, Flack. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Very not solid. It's like he just forgot that powering up existed or something. So Thilo takes it. Game 1, game 2, sticking to the same match. Ooh, is Flack gonna open up the same way with another fast attack? No, he's not. Would have worked. Unorthodox 8 throw. Not something you expect. Goes right into the ace. Yeah. 18 damage right off the bat. Not bad. Not bad for the robot. Man, his art looks so cool. Great art. I gotta say, the ace art of the expansion characters honestly blows me away how good it is. It's super good. Every combo runs right into a Joker. It's a bit unfortunate, but He's gonna buy back the whole thing, so he loses some life, but keeps his options open, gets an ace out of the deal, and prevents the perfect. Finds a joker of his own now. This lets him later in the game, lets him throw fast attacks out and not have to worry about being dodged because he can just joker the follow up. Okay, speed clash, that's fine. That works out much better for Jaina because it turns out extensor grab is a lot more useful than a random mate throw. Okay. Go. I'm not really sure what Flag's plan here is. Here is here. Yeah, whatever. I'm tired. Um, he okay goes for the throw, which makes sense, but gets poked to long range, which is a disaster. Jaina is probably in the top 3 or 5 characters in the game at avoiding going to range. So it's kind of unacceptable for her to get to put to range, especially by a hit. Like getting put to range and taking 13 damage and triggering his normal draw is just like, oh, like it's not good at all. Okay, dodge definitely favors Jaya, especially when she's got a 10 running in the discard. So she'll take that. But now what does she do? Gonna dodge again. All right. Also favors Jaina because now BBB's out of dodges. She still has 2, and she got 4 damage out of the deal. If you're not sure why she got 4 damage out of the deal, her 10 Smoldering Embers, while it's in the discard, whenever the opponent dodges, they take 2 damage. So, just a little tool to help her out against people who are good at dodging, because she likes to attack. So, people that like to dodge generally give her problems. Okay, now he's actually running out of dodges at a pretty rapid pace. He's got to be careful. Philo threaded the needle there with a block. So the thing about range is that the way he loses it is if he gets hit by something, or if both players block. So BBB blocking at range, sometimes you have to do it, but you have to really be careful. Gets caught. So now range is over because they both blocked. Got away with it once, couldn't get away with it again. Sometimes as a BBB player, I'm willing to even do plays that I don't think are going to work, just to avoid. Uh-oh. Whee! Ding, 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 ding. 21 damage. Yeah, it looks like the robot is going to just straight up beat on Jaina's face. Philo is so entertaining. And here comes Overdrive just to further the confusion and terror. Wait, is this the first unstable power he's drawn? Wow, I think it is. I forgot that existed because he just hasn't drawn it. Yeah, so this does all sorts of cool stuff. But basically, what you need to know is that if he wins this combat, he gets aces, and if he loses this combat, he takes bonus damage. That's the main thing to be aware of. So this is a high risk. Basically, he's dead if he loses this combat, more or less. And he is dead. Alright, the game's over. Actually, no, it's not over. He's at 2 life. He's at 2 life. Fully pumping it because, you know, for swag purposes. I guess he probably didn't think about the unstable power damage coming in, but yeah, did not need to follow that up. It doesn't really matter, to be honest, but yeah, didn't need to do that. So if he wins combat ever again, he wins. Ooh, overdrive. Is he gonna go for the 8th throw, or is he just gonna go for the long arm? Long arm's pretty formidable right here, I gotta say. Oh, I think he did. Yeah, he just went for it, and that's it. It's over. OVAH. Well, that about wraps it up for us over here at the I was gonna say the casting booth to be ironic, but then some people might actually think there's a casting booth, which there's not. But yeah, that should be all she wrote there. Yeah, I don't have anything to add. But yeah, good games to everybody. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys hopefully pretty soon. I mean, we have some stuff in the works. We're not sure. My work schedule is changing up a lot, so I don't know. But we'll figure it out, and we'll have more Yomi action coming to you pretty soon.